D Rose, before I get the countdown started, do you want to repeat what you what you just said as I pulled this up?
Literally looking at the fight poster for this weekend, like I'm getting sick looking at it. It's ridiculous.
Let's get into the show.
Unleashing the fury like an untamed beast, locked in a cage where strength is released. Striking precision, grappling with might, a golden octagon. The stage we ignite. Unleashing the fury like an untamed beast, locked in a cage where strength is released. Striking precision, grappling like a golden octagon. The stage we ignite.
And we are live from the Golden Octagon Studios in Norfolk, Virginia. This is the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast with your hosts, Matt and D Rose.
And what's going on, y'all? Appreciate you guys for stopping by right here tonight over on the Golden Octagon to watch the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast featuring your host, me. My name is Matt, and D Rose is on that side of your screen. As always, we are here to recap. Here, let me do this because I don't ever do it, dude. We are here to recap this past weekend's fights. Virna Jandiroba versus Amanda Lemos. I didn't feel like typing it in there because bad card. UFC Fight Night recap is what we get, D Rose, and unfortunately, I will be eating some Bean Boozled because although I did pick right on almost all of our different fights, dude, the two that you seem to have gotten right was the dude. It's absolutely nuts. Oh goodness, I'll be eating some beans. We got some UFC.
And to be fair, going into the picks, I even said I was the most confident in Do Ho Choi, and you had even questioned me on that confidence as well.
I know. Wild. We got some UFC fight news and announcements to go over. And then lastly, we got some UFC fights this weekend happening in Manchester, England. Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad 2. We've also got Curtis Blaydes versus Tom Aspinall 2 happening on the card. Me and D Rose will give you our preview and our picks for every single fight on that card, prelim to a main event. So with that being said, D Rose, let's shout out the chat real quick to make sure everyone's doing all right. We got Jim Card collecting in here. Let's go. Hype for these fights. Hell yeah, brother. Glad you're able to make it. We got Daniel Aker stopping by in here. LFG, we back indeed. Shout out, Daniels. Thanks for stopping by tonight, brother. We got Riley in here with the giggity. What's going on, Riley? Dave Fish for Days with the greetings, Earthlings. What's going on, Dave? Austin, what's up, boys? Finally, a decent card to discuss. Hell yeah, indeed. Dave is from your highness. I got to get out of my system.
Going wild in the chat.
Oh my goodness, Riley. You guys. Oh my goodness, y'all are wild. Anyway, oh my goodness. I need to stop just clicking them without reading them first.
You're assuming it's innocent, but
yeah, right. I just click them without even reading it. Anyway, so what does this say? Dave talking about Canadians. Anyway, with that being said, thank y'all for stopping by right here tonight for us on the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast, number 124, D Rose. I don't ever say what number it is, but we are on 124 this week as this fucking hair is getting in my damn eyes. Yeah, dude. What's going on? How have you been this past week, man?
Man, I thought you was going to take a minute to break out the wig. I can imagine you taking some type of break in between before the Patty fight, before we start discussing that, because I gotta imagine it's going to be uncomfortable.
Probably should have, man. Now my head's going to be hot for about the next hour 25 until we get to the Patty fight, until I can take it off.
over under 30 minutes that Matt lasts with the wig on before he takes it off, to at least give himself a break. Over under 30 minutes from now. It's 8:44. So let's say 9:14. Let's check back in.
I'm on.
But no, things have been great. Yeah, no, things have been great over here. I know you had said yeah, no, I know you said that the card this past weekend wasn't that great, but you know what? I talked a little smack about it, and the prelims started rough, but I will say I thought the main card delivered a lot of finishes. A couple names that I was really interested in that was able to see come up with good performances. So yeah, I thought the past weekend was pretty good. I didn't win much money, but I was able to basically do a little bit of build as we were talking about last week. And trying to hit UFC 304 this weekend, trying to knock it out of the park this week.
I'm assuming like this question is for you, D-Rose, because I know it's not for me.
What hair? Yeah. That is not for me.
Just fucking with you.
That is not.
It is what it is. With that being said, let's get into this past weekend's fights. Let's just run through it real quick. I was able to hit a couple bets that I was pretty confident on, and I'm pretty glad that I did. So I'll just pull them up real quick. This one real quick, Hyder Emil round 1, round 2 knockout. I did pair that with Steve Garcia round 1, round 2 knockout. I put $5 on that at 182. Pretty much saved me this past weekend because I did have a 7-leg that was a Bill Algeo knockout away from winning $700 from $10. So, it is what it is. Should have cashed out. Could have cashed out right before it for like 172, I think, but I didn't. But, let me talk about the fights real quick. So I guess we all kind of expected this to happen. It was either Amanda Lemos knockout or this. So, this happened. Fucking Virna was just easily able to get the takedowns whenever she wanted. It happened 2 times, and she got both of them. And, I guess Amanda Lemos got up, but I just feel like she was terrified of just getting taken down. So she literally didn't even land any really good shots. Like maybe one here or there, but to be honest, I don't really remember too much. It was late, and I was not interested in that fight, to be honest. Probably have to go back and watch it. One that I was interested in was Steve Garcia, Sungwoo Choi, dude. I was heavy invested. Steve Garcia, I thought this was at 155, but Steve Garcia down at 145 is an absolute problem. And I've seen Sungwoo Choi get just knocked down in every single one of his fights. So it's like you're taking Steve Garcia that fights up at 155, bringing him down to 145 again. He carries his power, and matching him up against someone that's also chinny, dude, I got to go Steve Garcia early knockout there, and it happened. Kurt Hollowball, Kynan Kuchowski, I did go Kurt Hollowball decision, and that's what happened. He could have probably finished him multiple times in that fight, though. Bruno Silva, Cody Durden, dude. Friday change of cheddar, I picked flipped. I was like, I didn't know the backstory of it from the podcast when we originally talked about it, but they trained together, and like Bruno Silva signed first. It's like he knew something about training, and then Cody Durden wasn't happy that he signed to fight him. And then, Cody Durden was looking pretty good in the fight, was hurt Bruno, I think, a few times. And then, man, Bruno's power is just on another level. The first time Cody Durden gets knocked out was in the second round versus him. Cody Durden versus Bruno Silva. So Bruno wins second round knockout. Duho Choi, Bill Algeo, the one I was just wrong on, dude. Bill Algeo was winning every moment of the fight, and then it's like he got an orbital fracture. The way he reacted was like he's usually like, no, that didn't hit me, but he got hit, and then he was like, wait a minute, that hurt, and then just fell down. So it was like, that one gotcha. But it is what it is. Hyder Emil Jiang Lee, yeah, my best pick of the card. Hyder Emil, round 1, round 2 knockout. He went out there and, dude, I think I got the picture, dude. Just throwing absolute heat, man. This guy is one to watch out for. He's now 10-0, undefeated, dude, but he's not going to be undefeated forever with just fighting like that. You know, he's eventually going to run into some top competition where he's going to have some issues. Here's the fucking Steve Garcia knockout. Well, there, dude, just wild. Yeah, dude. Prelims this past weekend, though. Brian Kelleher, Cody Gibson, dude. You said it, dude. You wouldn't be surprised if Cody Gibson finishes Brian Kelleher, and dude, it happened in the first round. Ruined a bunch of my parlays because I needed this to start round 3 for a whole bunch of stuff, or at least over a round and a half. But Cody Gibson, round 1 submission. Miranda Maverick goes out there and does the damn thing against Deani Barboza as she should have. Trey Ogden and Loic Radzabal, dude, that fight was ass. Luana Carolina won as I expected her to, and Thomas Peterson won as I expected her to. So the first 2 fights of the night could have been in the pick champ, and I could have locked it up right there, dude. But I'm an idiot and wanted to do like the most versatile fights that could have gone either way, and it backfired on me this week, D-Rose. I should have just picked my dogs, man. Yeah, so with that being said, what are your takeaways from this past weekend?
I actually thought the main event was actually pretty fun between Lemos and Virna. I thought, just the scrambles that were going on. Lemos was doing very well defending herself, but Virna was, at the end of the day, undeniable and getting that sub. Just a bad matchup for Amanda Lemos. I love me some Amanda Lemos here. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lemos, but yeah, her weakness is always, once she kind of gets taken down, man. Yeah, if you got somebody who knows how to work, and yeah, it seems that she does get subbed by people who know what they're doing, and Virna's one of those people who got great jiu-jitsu and a lot of submissions. So very good chance she could be fighting for the title next as well. So depending on what happens with Tatiana Suarez. And as for Steve Garcia, man, that dude just gets into a firefight. Like, he just literally comes out and just walks forward and just wings, just fucking, as you see right there, just wings punches, dude. Just punches and kicks, and he throws everything with 100% power and just looking to take your head off. And yeah, his last 4 opponents, he has done exactly that. I mean, dude, I kind of think back to the Chase Hooper fight too, when dude, he was, clubbing Chase Hooper all across the octagon. Like, I was like, dude, kind of respect the Chase Hooper for taking the damage the way he did, considering how much Steve Garcia's, hurt a lot of people here lately. But
dude, Chase Hooper can absorb some damage, man. Like, even up at 155 too.
Yeah, no, he definitely can. So, yeah, made his chin actually look a little bit better, considering how much Steve Garcia is out here smoking everybody. I'd like to see him, fight a little bit tougher competition at 145. But, yeah, that dude always in the barn burner, man. And, yeah, I know every single time I watch him fight, I'm not going anywhere until I know that fight's over, because it's going to be a barn burner. Dude, I thought the Kurt Holloway and the Krzyzewski fight, I actually thought that was like low key, like fight of the night. That fight, that was an absolute barn burner. They went after it, and like you said, Kurt Holloway had multiple chances on finishing it. I think
he went for the takedown. He went for the takedown.
Yeah, like, dude, why did you go for the takedown, man? I mean, and, at the moment, Krzyzewski's literally backing up to the fence, like, oh shit, like, I'm hurt. If he just throws a couple more punches, he was landing clean as can be. He would have finished the fight right there, but no, that fight ended up being fight of the night for me. And I think the fucking come on, lad.
Fucking come on, lad. Belt it, lad.
But dude, that Bruno Silva and Cody Durden fight, I guess people would say that might be fight of the night, but honestly, that was a one-way ass kicking for as long as that fight lasted. Like, dude, Cody Durden was going to work on Bruno Silva there that first, basically the first round and a half of the fight. And, there Bruno Silva was able to, basically keep his composure. Got dropped, I think, twice earlier in the fight, going on before he got the finish, but dude, that
Or at
uppercut
least
was
wobbled hard, dude. Like he was.
yeah,
he
well, I
was-
know he got dropped once in the first round, I believe, and then I think you're right. Yeah, he got wobbled in the second round, and was still able to keep his composure. Uppercut was absolutely nasty. Freaking Cody Durden's mouthpiece goes flying the other way, and yeah, that was a sick comeback and a sick finish from Bruno Silva. Duho Choi, that's my guy too. You know, I was glad to see him come back. I didn't think Bill Algeo was dominating the fight as much as I thought. Like, dude, I thought he was desperately going for a takedown. Like, dude, he wanted no smoke with Duho Choi on the feet, and you could see it like from the first couple of exchanges. And Duho Choi's chin is still there because Bill Algeo landed a pretty clean spinning elbow, and I don't even think it left a mark on Duho Choi's face. So, yeah, that dude is still a machine. He's got the Korean Zombie in his corner now, you know, got him as a coach. And, you know, talking about how that offered a little bit more inspiration for him going into this fight. So, yeah, happy to see Duho Choi get back in the win column. And excited to see what he can do. That dude's always in a fun fight as well. And the last one I want to talk about is, Hyder Emil and Jiyoung Lee. Dude, that was just absolutely nuts. I could not believe. So I had the fight on my phone when I came in, and because I was just getting off of work, and I set the phone on the counter for a second, and I went to literally grab a drink, and as soon as I heard DC go, oh, and I turned around and I just looked
DC
down, and
like a girl. He was like,
yes, literally. I heard the first oh, and I turned around and I just kept my eyes glued. And dude, they just went to freaking town, just sitting there swinging, and all of a sudden, Hyder Emil lands a 38 punch combo, dude. It was absolutely sick. It just for as long as the fight lasted, like you said, Hyder Emil is going to be somebody to look out for in the future. So, that was a absolutely fun fight for as long as it lasted, and dude, it was just crazy. Like you said, DC ended up having a little pitch like a girl. It like legit a girl, like I can't even make my voice do that. Like that's how much his voice ended up like squealing out. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The prelims were pretty ass, so I'm not even gonna waste my time talking about this.
Makes sense. So this past weekend, let me go ahead and get this over with, dude. I ain't even got no this week.
Duho Choi.
Oh man. So this past weekend, you know what? I might just risk it, dude. I might just risk it and just eat it either way. If it's bad, I eat it. If it's good, I eat it. Because I don't got no bag here this week, dude.
Oh, man. Oh, you're going to actually chew it?
I got to. Got to know if it's good or bad.
Oh, no. You don't have like a bottle or something you can spit it in?
No.
Like I always have like a can or something.
I cleaned this shit up the other day, and you know what? I got an empty card box. That'll do. What if I throw up, dude? It is what it is, dude. Anyway, here we go. Bean Boozled this week. Our 3 picks this past weekend were Luana Carolina versus Lucy Pudilova, where I went Luana Carolina. D Rose went Lucy Pudilova. Our second different fight was Duho Choi versus Bill Algeo, where I went Bill Algeo and D Rose went Duho Choi. And our third different fight this past weekend was the main event, Virna Janjarobo versus Amanda Lemos, where I unfortunately went Amanda Lemos and D Rose went Virna Janjarobo. Dude, my stomach's already like perfect. Like it's like, don't do this. Here we go, dude. Bean Boozled this week. Give it a shake, and we get 3 beans.
Yeah, Lush, you made it just in time, big dog.
Oh, no.
Welcome in the chat, and you made it just in time.
Oh man, D Rose. I got a brown one and a yellow one. Brown one and a yellow one. So liver and onions, cappuccino, or rotten egg, or popcorn. There is 0 chance I'm eating this without a bag, dude. Rotten egg, I might actually die. So I'm gonna set these right there for the time being. Dude, that might be, dude, that's green. It looked yellow, but that's green. That's either pear or booger, dude. Not that one, dude.
Hey, y'all better watch the table right here. Make sure no hands come in, or make sure that keep a good eye. Keep a good eye here. Make sure he ain't sneaking.
Beans are still here.
Beans in here.
Beans are still here. Yeah, man. So, you want me to eat the brown one or 5
Oh.
seconds? I mean, it ain't like it's going to be worse if it's got anything on it. If it's fucking liver and onions anyway, dude.
It might actually be better. I mean, the liver and onions ain't that. Liver
Did
and
you
onions
try
ain't
it?
that bad.
It tastes like Salisbury steak. It's not
Yeah,
my favorite.
I don't think I can't remember actually, if I'm being honest.
All right, here we go. Brown one
Ooh.
first. Liver and onions or
Yeah.
cappuccino. Here we go. Cappuccino. We good, baby.
No, boo.
Dude, I know first
Boo.
bite if it's good or bad. Like I've picked wrong enough to where I know first bite if that shit's good or bad. Yeah, not the best jelly bean flavor though, gotta be honest.
Yeah, that's why I said before. Even the ones that are supposed to be the good,
But it's really
flavors, they're still
strong
not.
though. So if this
Yeah.
next one's booger, it's probably gonna take a minute for me to realize if it's booger.
Oh man, it's gonna have
Let's
that
get
strong
first.
coffee taste too. Coffee flavored booger creamer.
God, dude, I haven't had the pear yet. Like, I've only had
Yeah.
the booger. Every time I
Yeah,
get a green
same.
one, it's a booger.
Same.
All right,
Twice I've gotten it, and it was booger each time.
dude. I know what the booger's bad, dude. I had
Dude,
this
it's awful.
I had this 2 weeks ago with you sitting right next to me, dude. It's bad,
Dude, it is. It's awful. It's awful.
I was
dude.
confident, and then I went to throw it in. I'm like, "Hey, you know what this tastes like, you fucking idiot."
Yeah, now you see why I hesitate with it. I'm like,
All right.
oh gosh, I don't want to do it. Oh! Oh!
The cappuccino bean came back up. It didn't even. Dude, it's like someone mixed really old chalk just mixed with the. It's just so
Wow.
bad, dude.
Yeah, it tastes like they scraped out all
Why
the
do I
old
do
boogers
this
from
to
underneath the
myself,
desk.
man?
It tastes like someone scraped all the old boogers underneath the desk, put it in a bottle of water, and like made it liquid, and then put it in a capsule, and was like, "Okay, here you go." And it's awful.
Dude,
and it is undefeated, dude.
Dude, if you do, Austin, you're an animal, dude. I remember, dude.
Did he say
he had the
Austin, have
comment?
you
It was
eaten it?
like he was like, the boogers, honestly, not that bad. That is what his exact comment was, dude.
Dude, I couldn't remember if he said he ate it or not, dude. That is absolutely crazy. That is
All right.
no, that
I
is
gotta
100% the worst one. It's not even close. And I'm so glad it's not me this week. I think I'm getting my swagger back a little bit.
Drew saying Patty loses this weekend. Fuck off, lad. Here we go. Only if it's
Austin's
blowing out of
tripping.
him.
Not that bad. You're crazy, bro.
Come on, Dirty Dave. I can't believe you would wish that upon me as long as I'm it's like, you guys. Lush just not getting home from work. It looks like you just made it in time. Indeed, you did, Lush. You didn't miss me. Fucking have to eat the gross beans. Oh my goodness. Alien Perez got Lush, I think. Oh, what? Alien Perez got a Lush. What? I'm confused. I don't know what that means.
I think I got an idea.
All right. Salisbury steak was way better than Old Band-Aid. Yeah, I wouldn't say they were both just pretty bad. Oh, he honked. Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad. Dude, look at Austin. The booger isn't that bad. Yes, it is, Austin. Let's see. Who's gonna have the balls to break it to Gano? I don't know what that has to do with anything. All right. Anyway, Here we go. Your fake laugh makes your fake punch. Dude, who is this? Rick Allen. Well, thanks for stopping by and helping out the algorithm. Rick, I don't know what fake laugh you're getting there, but how about you fuck off?
Yeah, tell him, Dave.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Anyway, well, you got the attention you wanted. There you go. Congratulations. So with that being said, yeah, that's all for the beans this weekend. Let's get into the UFC fight news and announcements. Here we go. Dropping a dislike button will help the algorithm, I hope. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and helping the live viewers, Rick. Shout out Rick for stopping by, giving him all the attention that he's wanting, dude. Look, hard dislike button. Yeah, you can just keep hitting it. Just treat it like Jack Della Maddalena treats all of his opponents, dude. Just beat the shit out of that dislike button. Go for it, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Dude, the chat's going wild. Anyway, let's get into fight announcements for this weekend. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. Share the screen for this weekend. Share the screen for the fight announcements. All right, Deros. Our first fight announcement we have for this past weekend is Cody Garbrandt taking on Miles Johns. October 12th. Going to be at bantamweight. Yeah, you care about this one at all?
Yeah, Cody Garbrandt, dude. For someone who we question having a glass chin, and for someone who's got power like Miles Johns, might not be the best matchup for him. I think he's a cleaner boxer, but yeah, Miles Johns definitely presents some danger.
Look, Austin, one of our mods has put Rick in timeout. So you guys can thank Austin for putting Rick in timeout.
Nice.
I
didn't want to give that dork that much. I didn't want to give that dork that much energy because it's like, you ain't killing the vibe.
It's fun.
We do
like we're on 124 episodes of this, bro. Do you think we care if you don't like our show? We're gonna be here next week still, man. It's okay. Like we used to do this when we had 4 watchers. It was like your wife, my girlfriend, and maybe your mom, dude. And then me and you would watch it, dude. And we would still be here every week.
Literally, still grinding at it, and we fell off for a minute, but then we got right back up to it and shit. We've been pretty consistent the last about 2 years or so. Consistent. Well, almost 3 years now consistently. So yeah, like you said, ain't nothing going to stop the momentum now. So yeah, we definitely don't care what some dorks got to say.
Yeah. Anyway, back. What do you guys say about this fight?
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a good fight, but yeah, Cody's the better boxer, but Miles Johns definitely has the power advantage. So, yeah, I think tough fight for Cody Garbrandt, but it should be a good one.
Oh no. All right, I gotta stop clicking on the random comments. All right, I have no Wang Kong versus Victoria Leonardo. We saw Victoria Leonardo, but I have no idea who Wang Kong is. You care about that at all, D-Rose?
No.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the next one, where we have Manuel Torres going to be taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be on the Noche card September 14th, dude. And I saw, I got an email earlier that the VIP packages for Noche went on sale. So probably a few more days, maybe a week or so, maybe even a month. Hopefully not a month. The tickets for Noche should go on sale. So if they're somewhat affordable, dude, I really would like to go to Noche UFC in September. But what's your thoughts on this fight in the Sphere?
I guess that's what I was going to ask too. If they're doing it for, I guess it's supposed to be UFC Noche. I mean, they're not really getting that much like Mexican blood outside of, I guess they're trying to get Alexa Grasso versus Valentina, but Valentina's kind of being a little.
Like, you do know, like, the card got leaked, right?
But
It's like headlined fucking Max Elia, co-headline Marab, O'Malley, and then pretty much all the Mexican fighters.
I had saw where they said that. So I guess that leak, like it wasn't like a real leak, because I did hear Ariel say that I guess there's supposed to be 2 pay-per-views in October, and Max and Ilya is supposed to headline the I guess the first October one.
Yes, 30 minutes. I think it's something to shook that head to
but yeah, no. But other than that, I'm with you. That should be a badass fight, though.
All right, so let's move on to the next one, where we have Grant KGD Dawson going to be taking on Rafa Garcia, October 12th, lightweight. You care about that at all? Step down in competition for KGD, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's the thing I was going to note too. You know, like you said, big step down. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. Don't really care.
Yeah. All right. Here's a fun one, dude. We've got Angie Overkill Hill taking on the Baby Shark, Tabitha Ricci, Vegas 96. That's probably going to be an Apex card, August 24th. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. UFC Vegas. Yeah, that's definitely going to be an Apex card, but seems like that's almost like home for Angela Hill now, just because most of her recent fights have been at the Apex. But
shit, Lush, dude. If I see you at the Sphere, that'd be so dope, dude. We got to get some fucking pictures. If I can film some content, meeting up with Lush in person. That'd be sick.
That would be an insane card to go to. Like,
Dave said, I think I have a warrant in Las Vegas. Probably shouldn't tell people that, Dave.
Yeah, definitely don't make your way back out there then. Yeah, definitely don't make your way back out there. But nah, yeah, Baby Shark's always in the scrap too. So that's a good fight.
Indeed, man. Here we go. We've got Gabriel Santos taking on Yiza, added to Vegas 97. You care about that at all?
Gabriel Santos, I know I've seen him before, but not too familiar with Yiza. So
I think he's fought once. Really. Just once. This is a fun one, dude. Nico Price taking on Themba Garembo, dude. Yeah, I guess they're just trying to get Themba Garembo a first round knockout. I mean, I don't really know what else this fight's being made for. Thoughts on this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, and maybe it's just I guess for Themba Garembo too, is probably the biggest name to this point. I mean, I know Nico Price isn't like a superstar by any means, but you know, to a lot of hardcore fans, he's delivered a lot of good fights for a long time, and always in a dog fight. So, you know, a lot of hardcore fans know Nico, and Themba Garembo is pretty good too. So, yeah, I think it's more of a name value for Garembo more than anything.
Fair enough. We got Chidi and Joe Kawani taking on the Night Train. Choo-choo. Jared Gooden, man. Yeah, I love Night Train. Throws these fucking straight punches from his side, dude. But they connect, man. But taking on another striker with a chin and Chidi and Joe Kawani. Tough fight for the first round, dude. My opinions on this fight, though, is I think at some point Jared Gooden ends up subbing Chidi in the second or third round, man. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, this is a welterweight too. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a good fight, man. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, no, that's it's actually a good fight. I think it's a good test for both fighters, because I think they're both at about the same level. You know, both, I wouldn't say that they're great fighters, but they're solid fighters, you know, kind of what I would say maybe ranked outside of the top 25 or so, but typically put on fun fights. You know, I'm a fan of Chidi as well. Dude's got power. And yeah, Jared Gooden is a dog. He's always in there in a dog fight. And yeah, I think Jared Gooden presents a lot of good, you know, or I guess a lot of bad problems for Chidi, because Chidi, like you said, power and range, good striker, good chin, but not the greatest cardio. And Jared Gooden does have a pretty good gas tank, so I could see if Jared Gooden lasts early, you know, he can basically take Chidi out late. So that should be a good fight.
Fair enough. We've got Iwan Kutalaba taking on Ivan Erslan, added to UFC Paris September 28th. Never heard of Ivan Erslan, and his weigh-in photo, not a UFC weigh-in photo. looks like they're trying to either give this UFC newcomer, pretty solid push into the UFC, or they're trying to test and see where he's at. What's your thoughts on Iwan Cutelaba getting the UFC newcomer?
I'm always up for watching Iwan Cutelaba get his face smashed in. So yeah, if that guy's here to do that, I'm completely down with it. Yeah, Iwan Cutelaba has been an irritant for a long time, and typically I don't get bothered by most stuff like that, but he's one of the very few who seems to successfully irritate the piss out of me.
Who irritates you more, Cody Brundage or Iwan Cutelaba?
Probably Cutelaba, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've just accepted like Brundage for what he is at this point, but yeah, and I don't know. I guess I never kind of got. I'm a big fan of Khalil Roundtree. I never got over. I felt like Khalil kind of got punked by him too, and I was like, man, I wish Khalil could have just channeled that dog that fought Carl Roberson and smashed Iwan Cutelaba, and I kind of been pissed at him ever since.
Instead, we got the Khalil that fought Marcin Prachino and got decision lost against.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a fun fight here, dude. Movsar Evloev taking on Aljamain Sterling, UFC 307, October 5th. That's going to be over there in Abu Dhabi, I believe.
I think so. That's the pay-per-view that I was telling you that they were saying that Max and Elliott is supposed to headline. I believe that's supposed to be Salt Lake City, Utah. So
it's in October, so it kind of makes me think it's going to be one of the fights over there. And we got also fucking Movsar fighting too. So I don't know.
There's supposed to be two pay-per-views in October. So there's supposed to be one later in the month that Islam and Armin are supposed to headline later in the year.
Okay.
I just saw where they said basically they had laid out what was supposed to be the pay-per-view schedule for the rest of the year. So I did see that this is supposed to be the first of two pay-per-views in October. But yeah, no, this should be a fun fight. And as I said, if it is in Salt Lake City, what was rumored to be, it's going to be at altitude as well. I mean, both guys, it obviously as far as their wrestling, they're both good wrestlers. And I think Al's just a more versatile striker. But hey, we did see Movsar drop Arnold Allen in his last fight as well. So we do kind of underrate Movsar in his striking, but he did look pretty good in his last fight against Arnold Allen. So yeah, I think this is a really good matchup and should be a fun fight.
What's going on, Derek? Happy to have you stop by tonight, brother. We got Jim Card Collecting saying my dream fight is Elliott versus Movsar, undefeated versus undefeated. Yeah, be a good fight.
They've been slated to fight multiple times, but yeah, just never end up coming to fruition, unfortunately.
Yeah. Up next, we got Raul Rosas Jr. going to be taking on Arichi Lang, dude. That's going to be No J UFC September 14th. Thoughts on this one?
Yeah, that's a good fight, and that's a tough fight for Raul Rosas as well. I mean, Arichi Lang can be finished, but he is a tough fighter, well-rounded, balanced. I mean, I think Raul Rosas will be a pretty big favorite, but doesn't mean it won't be a tough test all the same. So should be a good fight.
Let me zoom in on this comment.
Yeah, why is everybody doing that to Virna? That ain't even right.
Oh my goodness.
That ain't even right.
That's going to be this weekend, so we'll talk about it. This is a new one added to Abu Dhabi. We've got with Nick Diaz versus Vicente Luque postponed, so that fight is going to be probably not going to be happening at all now, to be honest. We've got Sharbullah Magomedov taking on Mikhail Olashejuk, added to the UFC Abu Dhabi co-main event August 3rd. What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, as far as Nick Diaz and Vicente Luque, I mean, we have our very own insider, Lush Lomain, with the Nick Diaz scoop. So maybe we could try to see if he can maybe say.
He's here this week. Glad you came home, D Rose.
hey, always glad to be home. Always glad to be home. But yeah, maybe Lush can give us the inside scoop on what's going on with Nick Diaz. Maybe see if that fight's gonna be rescheduled or not. But dude, this is absolutely crazy, dude. Olasheshek literally just had his arm like snapped and twisted around a couple times from Kevin Holland. Like that was what, April, May?
It wasn't
or
long
whatever.
ago.
Yeah, dude, that was like April or May, and we are already like turning him around and putting him in a fight against another tough fighter.
He's gonna be coming there with a cast on, trying to fight.
Dude, like, what are we doing? Like, yeah, dude, he's gonna be going in there with the dude. He 100%. If they would let him fight with elbow pads, he will have an elbow pad in there. Like how they have like the little ankle pads, he's 100% going to have an elbow pad. How could you not? Like his arm literally just got snapped in half like just a couple months ago. Like it wasn't even that long ago. And yeah, he's back up and at it again. It's absolutely crazy.
Indeed. Gonna be a good fight. We've got Morgan Charrier, the last pirate, gonna be taken. Dude, why are they giving AJ Cunningham more fights, dude? What are they doing?
He
just goes in there and just gets absolutely obliterated as long as the fight lasts, man. He just walks forward and just gets the shit beat out of him.
Hey, you know what? I've heard people make the argument, and I can kind of come around to it and see. Sometimes the UFC does need that one person who just kind of gets their ass kicked and just creates a good highlight reel for the other person. Or like you need somebody to get a good comeback win. Hey, Sam Alvey, come over here and get your ass kicked by Michelle Olasheshek real quick. Like you need those types of guys on the roster to take an ass kicking, and AJ Cunningham's one of those guys, and Morgan Charrier, good fight against Chepe in his last fight, but they come up short, looking to get a comeback win, and I think we know exactly what this is, and this is to get Morgan Charrier back on track.
Yeah, we got Lusher. I heard the hold up is on Luke's side. And it's getting rescheduled. Yeah, I would personally guess they would have to do something to do with weed and Abu Dhabi. Like you can't go there and smoke. Yeah, that's an issue. Olasheshek is going to have nunchucks arm. That's what, dude. It was crazy. Lush with the inside track, indeed. So we'll move on to the next one, which is.
Could you imagine a spinning back fist with a nunchuck arm? Like that'd be absolutely nuts.
Just starts winding that hoe up.
He's like blocking all of his punches with like the nunchuck arm, like ping, 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 like blocking it like bullets. That'd be wild.
Absolutely wild, dude. We've got Trevor Peek. In our last fight announcement, we've got Trevor Peek taking on Yanal Ashmos, added to UFC Vegas 97 September 7th. So probably going to be in the Apex, but glad to see Trevor Peek getting another fight. But I don't know if we've seen Yanal Ashmos since he knocked out Sam Patterson, have we? Or has he fought one more time since then? But glad to see my guy Trevor Peek in there. Love me some Trevor Peek. Peak Nation.
Yeah. That's a tough fight for Trevor Peek, though. No lie.
Yeah, dude's got some power, but how can you go against this man? Look at him.
Yeah, he looks like a character at a like Toy Story in that in that outfit. Like he definitely looks like one of those bad boy like cowboy type of toys that you'd have in your room, like a knockoff Woody.
Everyone says that he looks like Steve from Minecraft. I'm like, I know Minecraft is just like square blocks. I don't know who fucking Steve is, but no, Minecraft's square blocks. So it's like a square head. Anyway,
his jaw is very, very defined. Very defined.
I love how. All right. Trevor Peek with Cad Bane. I don't know what that is, but yeah. He had a pretty cool hat on. With that being said, D-Rose, we got some fights to talk about for this upcoming weekend. UFC 304, Edwards versus Muhammad. 2. We've also got Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes 2. The first one ended with a terrible knee injury for Tom Aspinall. So hopefully we get more of a fight this time. But let me share my screen and we can get into it. Talk about the fights that are on the card as a whole. I'll ask you your opinion on it, get you to grade it as the pay-per-view, get your thoughts on it with the start time and all that for the English fans. Terrible for that, but yeah.
Dude, that's so messed up for them too. Like it's literally supposed to be like a homecoming for the English fans, and they're having to go there like 1 a.m. Like that's terrible.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, D-Rose. This weekend, we've got UFC 304, headlined by Leon Edwards, taking on Bilal. Remember the name, Muhammad. It's going to be the second time they are fighting. The first one ended in a eye poke. It's going to be taking place Saturday, July 27th, 2024 at 6 p.m. East Coast time in the U.S. But the fights are going to be taking place at the Co-op Live in Manchester, England. I don't know what that is, if that's an arena or I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be taking place in Manchester, England. And we've got 14 fights to break down. As I said, headlined by Leon Rocky Edwards taking on Bilal. Remember the name, Muhammad. Our co-main event, also going to be a five-round title fight. Yeah, just like the main event. We've got Tom Aspinall taking on Curtis Razor Blaydes. We've got the newly renamed King Green taking on Paddy the Baddie Pimblett in the feature fight of the night. We've got Christian Leroy Duncan, or CLD, taking on Hobo Cop Gregory Rodrigues. We've got Almighty Arnold Allen taking on Giga Chikadze. We've got the prospect Nathaniel Wood taking on Daniel Pineda. What's Daniel Pineda's fight name? It's fucking something cool, D-Rose.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong one for nicknames. I can tell you if somebody has fought before or not for the most part.
I'm gonna click on it and be like, that's what it is. Anyway, we've got the meatball, Molly McCann taking on Bruno Brasil. We've got Colin Loughran taking on White Kong, Jake Hadley. We've got Modestus Bukauskas taking on Marcin Prachino in the PBF of the night. We've got Oban Elliott taking on Preston Parsons. We've got Muhammad Mokaev taking on Manel Kape. Way down on the early prelims at this point. This was originally on the main card. I don't know what they're doing. They keep moving this fight around. We've got Sam Patterson taking on Kiefer Crosbie. We've got Mick Parkin taking on Lucas Brzeski. And our opening fight of the night, I believe it's going to be our OnlyFans matchup. We've got Shauna Bannon taking on Alice Ardelean. Yeah, so that's where we're going to start at. But before we get into breaking down the fights, D-Rose, what's your thoughts on the card as a whole, man?
Yeah, no, I actually think the card overall is pretty badass, just in terms of, just the different matchups and stuff. Of course, the main and co-main event are pretty good fights. I know people were ragging on the Bilal and Leon thing, but I think they're I think that's a good fight. And overall, yeah, I think it's a badass card. I give it I give it a B+. I give it a B+ for overall. I think you got enough stars on here, enough close matchups. You got, of course, a couple title fights. You got Mokaev and Kape, which likely isn't going to happen, but if it does, could determine the next flyweight challenger.
Dude, they've already gotten a fight like today.
yeah, and they've been getting into fights in the lead up as well. Yeah. So yeah, there's a very good chance that something might happen between now and weigh-ins, that this fight's not going to happen. But if it does, it should deliver. So yeah, I think this card gets a B+ overall for me.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I agree with Ray here. The OnlyFans championship opener. I can only understand every other word Patty says. All right. So with that being said, let's get into it, dude. First fight of the night going to be Shauna Bannon, or Shannon Mama B Bannon, taking on Alice Ardelean, dude. Shauna Bannon is 5-1 overall. She has had one UFC fight. In her last fight, she fought none other than a fighter fighting this weekend in Bruna, Brazil, where she did lose via unanimous decision. And, dude, Shauna Bannon just not a good fighter, man. I'm going to be honest. Just not a good fighter, dude.
I'm glad you said it, because I was actually going to say the same thing.
I don't know how to, like, she throws push kicks and jabs, but it's like it's really bad. It's like a girl took a cardio kickboxing class and was like, I'm going to be a UFC fighter now. And dude, somehow she made it here, man. It doesn't make any sense, but she's here, dude. She is going to be taking on Alice Ardelean, who is 9-5 overall. And dude, you really think, wow, she's got she's pretty experienced, dude. I was just looking into it a little bit, dude. If you click her fucking record and look at the records of the people she is beating, dude, it's like they're all, dude, in her last 5 fights, they're like 0-2, 0-3, 1-4, 0-5. It's like, oh, okay. So she's like, all of her fights that she's won have been against a young lady that has never won before. She may have a win against one female that has a win, but aside from that, dude, she's just beating all these girls that don't have wins. So as much as I don't like it, well, let's break it down real quick. We've got currently odds for the fight -188 for Shauna Bannon and +146 for Alice Ardelean. Shauna Bannon, Mama B, is 30 years old, 5'5" and a 65-inch reach, while the Romanian Alice Ardelean is 32 years old, 5'3" and a 61-inch reach. So back to what I was saying, kind of leads into it. Alice Ardelean going to be the smaller girl of the two, but yeah, man, Mama B, Shauna Bannon, has a couple wins. So my only lean for this fight is, well, Alice Ardelean doesn't win against anyone that has wins. So give me Shauna Bannon to win this fight in a terrible fight that's going to go to decision. And yeah, I think Shauna Bannon is easily more promotable than I think Alice Ardelean is. Which way are you going on this one, man? I'm going Shauna Bannon via decision. Mama B.
Yeah, I think you probably couldn't have come on, lad.
Fucking come on, lads.
Yeah, I think you couldn't have described Shauna Bannon any better with the soccer mom taking the cardio class and coming to now fight. And yeah, no, that's exactly what she looks like, dude. And I don't care how many cans Alice Ardelean has fought. Yeah, I just can't. I'm pretty sure I picked Shauna Bannon because she was pretty hyped up coming into the UFC too. Of course, all the UK people were like John Gooden and Michael Bisping, and oh yeah, she's a touted prospect coming out of Ireland, and yeah, she did not look good in her last fight at all. So I just, in good faith, cannot pick her. So yeah, give me Alice Ardelean here, even though I have no knowledge of her either, except that she fought Zhang Weili before.
All right, so as Lush exits for the night, we appreciate you stopping by here tonight, Lush. We'll see you Friday, brother. Thanks for stopping by tonight, my guy. And then we've got Dave. We got to be demonetized at this point. I appreciate it, Dave. Thanks, man. Thanks, man, for sure. And then we've got Rally saying bye to Lush and as well as Dave. So our first fight of the night, going to be writing it myself this week. D-Rose. Our first different fight is going to be Bannon versus Ardelean. Wow, dude. Wild. So I'm going with the favorite, -188, Shauna Bannon, D-Rose on the +146 in Alice Ardelean. So me and D-Rose picking different in the first fight of the night. Yeah, dude. But it is a pay-per-view, so we try to have 5. So, dude, there's a good chance this one's going to be included in the picture this week, D-Rose.
Good. That's scary, man. That's a scary thought.
Hopefully
I tell you what, that is 100% the PBF. That's your piss break fight. That's your pizza break fight.
There's another one, dude.
Yeah, if you haven't made your food or anything yet, you're good for the first, as you said. This one coming up too. Yeah, the first couple fights in this card, you're good to do some errands and stuff before you sit down and start watching the fights.
Yeah, because these first two aren't going to be the best fights in the world, to be honest. Yeah, so let's make sure we are sharing. Indeed, we are. Dave, the over 1.5 is -30,000. All right, so let's move on to the next where we have Mick Parkin taking on Lucas Brzeski. The Bull Brzeski, if you will. Mick Parkin is 9-0, training partner of your interim heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall, also going to be fighting on this card. He's going to be taking on Lucas, the Bull Brzeski. who is 9-4-1 overall. Walter Walker via decision, which is his last win 3 months ago. And aside from that, he has lost to Waldo Cortez Acosta in about 30 seconds. Lost a unanimous decision to Carl Williams, where he just got repeated on takedown, and a split decision to Martin Boudet. Before that was a overturned rear naked choke on the Contender Series. Mick Parkin, on the other hand, decision win over Muhammad Usman, decision win over Kyle Machado, decision win over Jamal Pogues, who's got a good jab, man, and a Eduardo Neves submission on the Contender Series, but he is terrible. Currently odds for this fight -295 Mick Parkin, and Lucas Brzeski +220. Mick Parkin, 28 years old, 6'4" and a 79-inch reach, while Lucas Brzeski is 32 years old, 6'4" and a 78.3-inch reach. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, dude. If this fight involves a wrestling, give me Mick Parkin. He's the bigger overall guy, trains with heavyweights. I've seen his ground game. He's got solid takedowns. And if he's able to get Lucas Brzeski down, this should be an easy win for Mick Parkin, dude. But if this is on the feet, man, this is a coin flip. This could go either way. But I'm gonna rely on Mick Parkin to go out there, use his takedowns, and grind out just 15-minute decision win over Lucas Brzeski. So give me Mick Parkin to win this fight via decision. Which way are you going here?
We'll keep it short and sweet on this one. I think the same as well. I think Mick Parkin, he doesn't really have the best finishing instinct. Kind of the path of least resistance. Probably going to use a lot of takedowns and, kind of jabs and leg kicks, working the range, takedowns, and a lot of top control. I think Mick Parkin by decision, and that's probably going to be something I might put in a couple parlays because, it's going to be the only bit of value you're going to be able to get on that fight at all.
Yeah, but it just kind of worries. I'm not going to lie. It kind of worries me a little bit because fucking Waldo blasted him in the first round, dude, and it's like,
but he's actually got power, though.
I mean, he hasn't.
Mick Parkin doesn't really have
a
great finish.
But he didn't knock out Andre Arlovsky.
No, but he was out there clowning too. He wasn't actually trying to knock out Arlovsky as well.
Yeah, that's going to be one where I just hope Mick Parkin wins that fight, dude. But -300 basically. He should. So we'll move on to the next one where we have Sam the Future Patterson. So another future also at 170. He's going to be taking on Kiefer BDK Crosbie. Sam Patterson is 11-2-1 overall. His only loss in the UFC is Yanal Ashmos in his UFC debut, and then he had one other fight against Johan Lainus where, impressed me to say the least, because I thought Johan was bigger. I thought he was going to probably knock out Sam Patterson, dude, because I saw him get crushed against Yanal Ashmos, but I think 170 is probably the correct weight class for Sam Patterson. I think probably cutting too much weight for 155. 11-2-1 overall, while Kiefer Crosbie has had one fight in the UFC against Kevin Doucet when, dude, I remember this fight in France, I believe. I think it was in France. He fought Kevin Doucet, a judo black belt, dude, and he goes out there and tries to, judo throw him. Immediately gets reversed and armbarred. Just a complete idiot. It was a complete Cody Brundage move, to be honest. So doesn't seem to have the best fight IQ in the world. He is 10-4 overall, though. Currently odds for this fight, -430 Sam Patterson and +300 for Kiefer Crosbie. Sam Patterson, 28 years old, 6'3", 78-inch reach, while Kiefer Crosbie, 34 years old, 5'11", and a 70-inch reach. Dude, give me Sam Patterson to submit Kiefer Crosbie.
This should be I think it should be probably a highlight finish. Because as you said, Kiefer Crosbie tends to not make the best of decisions, and he'll get in there and he'll He'll get in a scrap with you though. I will give him that. Yeah, no, you're not lying, especially with that neck frame for Sam Patterson. I don't know if y'all are NFL fans, but if you guys remember Mike Glennon, the old NC State quarterback, and he played in the NFL for a lot of years. Dude had like the stretch neck, like he was Mr. Incredible. It was crazy, but no, I think Sam Patterson, kind of one of those UK prospects as well. Good striking. He's got good, well-rounded ability. As you said, got snoozed by Ashmove in that first fight that he had in the UFC. Burned one of my bets really bad, and I was very, very upset. But I will say that he did look good in that last fight against Johan Leynes, and maybe that fight for Sam Patterson up at 170, maybe it just is better for him considering his frame at this point. I mean, dude's 6'3", and dude's only going to be growing. So at this point, why not just go ahead and make the move to 170? And Keeper Crosbie, leaves himself out there a little bit. I think Sam Patterson can actually get the knockout here. Dude's got good striking. He hurt Johan Leynes a couple times before he got the submission, so I say he gets a knockout this time around. Let's go, Sam Patterson.
Fair enough. Me and D-Rose both on the future Sam Patterson to get the dub over Kiefer Crosbie this weekend. Right. Sam Patterson's tape includes his neck reach. That's hilarious. All right, so we'll move on to the next one where we have Muhammad Mokaev taking on Manel Kape. This might happen here on the fight card. It might happen somewhere else on the fight card, or it might not even happen at all on the fight card. But we've got the Punisher, Muhammad Mokaev, taking on the star boy, Manel Kape. Muhammad Mokaev is undefeated, 11-0, while the star boy, Manel Kape, is 19-6 overall. Obviously, Muhammad Mokaev won all of his last 5 fights. Alex Perez 4 months ago in a very close fight. Dude, there's a case we made Alex Perez could have won that fight. Dude, and kind of another one, a fight that he wasn't really winning, dude. Tim Elliott, he probably could have been losing that fight on the scorecards, to be honest. And then Jafel Filo, dude, almost got his knee ripped off, man. So I feel like in his last 3 fights, he's shown some sort of adversity. Anyway, on the other hand, Manel Kape, star boy, 19-6-0. This fight, Matthias Nicolau via split decision, and the one before it where he also lost to Pantoja. I'll go ahead and let you make the this is Manel Kape cannot figure out why he lost the fight. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to him. But yeah, since then he has won a flying knee KO over O'Day Osborne, knocked out Zagulis Zumagulov via punches, David Dvorak unanimous decision, and Felipe Daytona Felipe dos Santos 10 months ago via unanimous decision when Kai Kara France pulled out. Currently, odds for this fight are minus 156 for Muhammad Mokaev and plus 122 for Manel Kape. Muhammad Mokaev, 23 years old, 5'7" and a 70-inch reach, while Manel Kape is 30 years old, 5'5" and a 68-inch reach. Here's the thing, dude. I think Muhammad Mokaev wins this fight outside of what I'm about to say. So my official pick for this fight is going to be Muhammad Mokaev to win this fight via decision. That being said, dude, Manel Kape is a fucking psychopath, dude. I sent you clips of him saying like that he literally believes he would beat Israel Adesanya in a street fight. Like there's fucking rumors coming out a couple months ago that he attacks Muhammad Mokaev at the apex, cuts him open. There's video coming out of today where the two camps have to hold them back and are fighting each other today, man. I don't know how this fight is going to materialize this weekend, if we're even going to get there, dude. But yeah, Manel Kape is a fucking psychopath, and dude, he's going to do anything he can to win. And being Muhammad Mokaev's fights, he tends to show adversity. I just think he's just going to grab Manel Kape's leg, take him down, and hold on for dear life, man, as Muhammad Mokaev does. So, yeah, Muhammad Mokaev decision, but you never know when you're dealing with a psychopath, man. Which way are you going here?
Yeah, I think this is a closely contested fight, and the winner of this fight, as I stated earlier on, I think that the winner of this fight is going to go on to fight for the title. And I think that, Manel Kape, as you said, he's a psychopath. But, I mean, there's one thing I will give him. Dude's a great athlete, super explosive, good power. And he's starting to come along with his takedown defense as well, which I think was something that kind of got him early on against his losses against Mateus Nicolau and Pantoja, that, the takedown and the scrambles and stuff like that they were able to work against Kape was what won them to – yeah, dude's an absolute dork, man, when it comes to losing a decision, because those are definitely losses. But he's learned from those losses and has gotten better and seems to have evolved each fight. But I do think that Muhammad Mokaev, as you said, the dude has faced a lot of adversity in his fights, especially as early on as he is in his career right now. I think those are good tests for him moving forward, because he's still, 22, 23, 24 years old, he's still a young dude, still learning the game. And I don't think him not getting a title fight right now, I think it's a good thing for him. Get a good fight against a guy like Manel Kape, super explosive, good power, good experience. And I think if he's even able to go out here and get a finish, that even stands Mokaev's case even further to fight for the title next. But I do think Muhammad Mokaev gets it done. I think he uses his wrestling here, and I think he gets a decision.
All right, so I didn't know which way you were going to go there. I thought you were kind of like going back and forth, kind of like I did, to be honest. But I like to let you know up front which way I was going from the beginning. So me and you both are on Muhammad Mokaev to win this fight via decision. Yeah, but I wouldn't be mad at a Manel Kape knockout, but man, he's irritating.
Yeah, very much so, dude.
I don't know. Semi-delusional too. It is what it is, man. Let's see. We got Austin saying, while this was loading here, Mokaev only wins because he abuses the grounded opponent's rules. Maybe, dude. So here we go. Our next one, we've got Elliott taking on Preston Parsons, the Welsh gangster. Elliott is 10-2 overall, but out of his last 5 fights, he has won all 5, but only 2 have maybe been UFC level. Kai Cabrito on the Contender Series, and then Val Woodburn. 5 months ago, didn't look great in that fight, though. He's going to be taking on Preston Parsons, who is 11-4 overall, alternating wins and loss. Win over Semi the Jedi. I'm a fan of Semi the Jedi. That was 6 months ago. A split decision loss to Trevin Giles. Not a good look. Evan Elder decision win, and we saw what he did to Darius Flowers a couple weeks ago. And D-Rod knockout loss, which doesn't look too good because D-Rod's not really knocking anyone out. It was 3 years ago, but, it's still D-Rod, and then that's not even in the UFC. So currently odds for this fight are plus 118 for Elliott, and pressure. Preston Parsons is minus 150, your favorite. Elliott, 26 years old, 6 foot, and a 72-inch reach, while Preston Parsons is 29 years old, 5'11", and a 71-inch reach. D-Rose, I am going to go with Elliott here. I'm going to go with Elliott via decision here for nothing else than UFC's in England. They're trying to, put their English fighters on there, get them some exposure. Preston Parsons is good. He tries to do what his name implies, put the pressure on you and break his opponent. But yeah, I think Oban Elliott kind of the same guy. So this is just going to be a battle of wills for the most part. So give me the younger guy that's fighting in his country, dude. Give me the dog and Oban Elliott plus 118 to win this fight via decision. Which way are you going here, man? Let's see if we got props.
Yeah, I think
No props.
but I know the betting line's very close right now for this fight.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I think that's justified because I do think this is a very similar style matchup. Not exactly the Spider-Man meme because I do think that Preston Parsons, I do think his boxing is a little bit better than Oban Elliott, but for the most part, they do have very similar style. Oban Elliott, the only thing I will say in that Val Woodburn fight, man, I'm not going to lie. There were multiple times in that fight where he was just hanging on to survive because Val Woodburn had hurt him almost every time they came together on the exchanges, and he had to just kind of hold on for dear life with the takedown. I think that the pressure press, I don't know why I want to call him that so bad, pressure press. But yeah, I think Preston Parsons, man, I think the dude, he's got a good chin. As you said, he got knocked out by D-Rod a couple years ago, but that was that could have been D-Rod on the juice too, you know what I mean? Since then, he's put on pretty good performances. He uses that cardio, and I think he can match Oban Elliott in the wrestling and the scrambles and stuff as well. So I think Preston Parsons gets it done. I think this is going to be kind of like a scramble fest, kind of like a wrestling match. But I think it should be pretty fun, and I think Preston Parsons gets the decision.
All right, so that's our second different pick of the night, where I'm on Oban Elliott and D Rose is on Preston Parsons. Let's go Welsh gangster in this one. Let's see. Wasn't Val Venus in the WCW? Yeah, I remember he was the dude that's like, hello, ladies, and he used to have the towel and like.
That's right. Dude, I 100% forgot about Val Venus. That's hilarious.
His intro had like a piece of wood with just a screw going down in the wood. That's all. That's all his intro video was. And as an adult, I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, we didn't realize how raunchy some of that stuff was as kids, but yeah, you look back on this stuff and it's like, yikes! Why was 7-year-old me sitting up watching this stuff?
Dude, absolutely crazy. Dude, I have one of those weird memories that I remember everything that I don't need to. And I don't remember anything that I need to. It doesn't make sense, dude. You can ask me lyrics from any song, any Lil Wayne song from like the early 2000s, and I probably got you. It doesn't make sense. But you ask me about my job, no idea. The Val Venus was a workplace predator indeed.
I'm with you, Dave. Yeah, I'm with you, Dave. I didn't remember the specifics to the intro, but yeah, I did remember the name though. As soon as you said it.
Dude, good times back in the WWE back in the day. Dude, sorry, I have to go just a little tangent too. Do you remember when Brock Lesnar fought the dude with one leg? It was so fucked up. There was like this kid with one leg, dude, and he had like a feud with Brock Lesnar, and he like pushed him down. He was like in a wheelchair and he like pushed him down steps, dude. It was so fucked up back in the day.
Yeah,
he had like crutches. It was so messed up. We're like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
Because they were because Brock couldn't cut a promo himself and make himself a heel, so they had to try to do something to just make him the most unlikable person in the world. And yeah, obviously picking on the dude with one leg. Yeah, that was what was going to do it. Yeah, I didn't remember that until you said that, but that's hilarious,
dude. The Make-A-Wish match, just terrible. Oh god! All right, back to it, you guys. Back.
WWE had some wild storylines back then, man. It was it was absolutely nuts. Yeah, Vince McMahon. You want to talk about workplace predator? That dude, right up there with him.
Yeah, dude, having people kissing his ass, like, Dude, that was his favorite thing to do. You're gonna kiss my ass.
Dude,
that was his favorite thing. Kiss
and this
my
bastard
ass.
will be bent down, whole bare ass out, and Jim Ross getting his face rubbed in Vince McMahon's ass crack on live TV. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy.
Dude, nuts. Dude, Rikishi's move was the stink face, dude. Who would want that? Just
you look fly today. Hey, him and Too
Scotty
Cool,
Too Hottie.
Scotty Too Hottie,
Grandmaster Sexy.
Yeah, Grandmaster Sexy, dude. They had their intro song, Too Cool's intro song, the Fly's intro song to this day. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah,
you
good times
fly
back in the day.
today. Yeah,
Good
that
times
was my
back in
shit.
the day, dude. We got Biggie, Tupac. I know that was your shit, D-Rose.
Hey, it definitely was. I was deep in the trenches then.
All right, D-Rose, let's get back to it. In our certified PBF, dude, yes, Ray, yes, I would definitely remember that. That was crazy. Bronco Buster, X-Pac, crazy.
Bronco Buster.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, there we go. All right, we got our PBF of the night. One that, you're not going to miss anything if you miss this fight. We got the Baltic Gladiator, Modestas Bukauskas, taking on Marcin Prachino. Modestas Bukauskas, 15-6 overall. Out of his last 5 fights, he's 4 wins, 1 loss. Lost to Vitor Patrino, win against Zach Palga, win against Tyson Pedro, and a couple of Cage Warriors fights outside of the UFC. While Marcin Prachino alternating wins and losses, win over Devin Clark, lost to Vitor Patrino, win over William Knight in the worst fight of all time. Lost to Felipe Lins via decision, and Ike Villanueva knocked him out, he knocked Ike Villanueva out, which, as you should. Hurricane Ike wasn't the best UFC fighter. We've got currently odds for this fight, D-Rose. Modestas Bukauskas, minus 174, your favorite, and Marcin Prachino, plus 136, your dog. Modestas is 30 years old, 6'3", and a 78-inch reach, while Marcin Prachino is 36 years old, 6'3", and a 74-inch reach. Yeah. As I said, going to be the PBF piss break fight of the night. You won't really miss anything if you don't watch this fight because Modestas Bukauskas doesn't fucking throw, dude. You're yelling at your TV, throw something. And he's just not, dude. He's just going to stay on the outside and just occasionally pick here and there. On the other hand, Marcin Prachino is just going to spam leg kicks, and that's it. Could get knocked out. Got a terrible chin, but I guess give me Modestas via decision here, dude. Oh, probably shouldn't be betting this fight. Yeah, give me Modestas via decision, though. Which way are you going here?
Yeah, I think this is going to end up looking kind of like a soft spar match. Like that's the best way I can say it. That I think it's going to look like a spar match. You're just going to see nothing but leg kicks from Prachino. You're going to see maybe a couple leg kicks from Bukauskas, and he might throw 1-2 every now and then. But as you said, it's not going to be often. But yeah, I think this is going to look like a little bit of a light spar match. I think Bukauskas just throws just a little bit more. And yeah, you're right. I think it goes to a decision for Modestas Bukauskas here. So let's go Modestas.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. Modestas he doesn't do enough, but God, Prachino is just bad. Anyway, that's the message. Okay, they're talking about music. All right. Early 2000s was good, says Paul. And then, all right, I agree, Paul. I think that was 94, 96 peak. Yeah, I was 2 to 4 years old then. Me and D Rose aren't the oldest cats out here in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
All right, we'll move on.
That sound like such like when you said that. Like, yeah, that definitely sounded like the old teacher trying to sound hip with the students. So that's all like, yeah, for real.
That was my goal. That was my goal. All right. We got Colin Loughran, Colin the Don Loughran taking on White Kong, Jake Hadley. Colin Loughran is 9-1 overall. His last fight was a win that I watched in person 3 months ago in Atlantic City when he beat Angel Pacheco via decision. But man, he probably could have knocked him out a few different times in that fight. Lost to Taylor Lapilus in Paris 10 months ago, and then some Cage Warriors fights before then. So 2 fights in the UFC, while Jake Hadley, White Kong, is 10-3 overall. Lost to Charles Johnson via unanimous decision. Lost to Cody Durden, that I watched that one 11 months ago in Nashville, dude. And he almost broke Cody Durden's arm, dude. I was waiting on the baseball snap to fill the arena, dude, and baseball bat snap to fill the arena, and it didn't happen, dude. Anyway, knocked out Malcolm Gordon, but who doesn't? Carlos Candelario, triangle choke, and then a loss to Alan Nascimento 2 years ago. Currently, odds for this fight, -215 for Colin Loughran and +164 for White Kong, Jake Hadley. Colin Loughran is 28 years old, 5'6", and a 68-inch reach. Keep in mind, he has always fought at 135, while Jake Hadley is moving up to 135, usually fights at 125, and absolutely kills himself to make weight. D-Rose, I know you've seen pictures of fucking Jake Hadley's fucking weight cuts, dude. For at least a few minutes, there's not any water in his body at all. Not even a drop. Nothing. Nothing. But yeah, dude, he's going to be fighting up at 135 now. He is 27 years old, going to be the bigger guy, an inch taller at 5'7", and going to have the longer reach at 70-inch reach. So this one kind of makes it tough for me to pick, dude, because I know Jake Hadley's good, man, but we've seen him fight 125ers. Was he just a weight bully? And when he can't be a weight bully, he loses. So he's putting 10 pounds on, and we're going to see what his skill is like. We know what Colin Loughran is like, solid wrestler, pretty active on the feet, throws leg kicks, just a good overall all-around fighter. Only lost once to the really good fighter that is Taylor Lapilus, who was also a really good fighter as well. So, yeah, dude, I think I'm going to pass it to you first, D-Rose. Once again, odds in this fight, -215, Colin Loughran and Jake Hadley, +164, your dog. Which way are you going here, man?
Yeah, this is a tough fight. And as you said, Jake Hadley moving up to bantamweight this time around. So I am going to be interested to see how he turns out. I mean, he did fight some good competition down at 125 as well. As you said, Charles Johnson, Cody Durden, Alan Nascimento, those are his losses. And I think those are, really good guys that he ended up losing to. I know Colin, is it Loughran? I always mess up that last name. But yeah, Colin Loughran, he's fought Taylor Lapilus as well. So I know he's fought some decent competition, but Jake Hadley's going to be looking like the bigger dude as well. I think he's got the cleaner boxing of the two from what I've seen. And I think there might be a chance that Jake Hadley has the speed advantage, man. So I think that Colin Loughran, for him to be as big of a favorite as he is, I don't really see it just yet. Yeah, I mean, Jake Hadley is going to have the reach and height advantage. And to me personally, he's probably going to have the speed advantage as well and the better boxer. So I actually am going to take the shot on the underdog here. I want to go Jake Hadley here. I think he ends up getting a decision win, but I think this ends up being a really fun fight and what could potentially be a candidate for fight of the night. It could be one of those low key bangers, but yeah, I think I'm going to take the shot on the underdog here with Jake Hadley.
All right. It makes sense, dude. I'm going to go the other way just so I know we have all the different picks. But personally, this fight for me is just kind of like a wait and see. How does Jake Hadley actually look up at 135? Because, dude, Colin Loughran, he's like a little fire hydrant, dude. He's got a lot of fucking muscle on him. Yeah, dude,
he's thick.
He's got no neck, so he's just fucking there, just Josie and Nunez, and just fucking ready to go. So, yeah, I'm gonna go the other way. Give me Colin Loughran to win this fight via decision, but don't feel great about it. Don't have the strongest lean. As I said, I do want to kind of see how Jake Hadley looks up at 135. So we will move on to the next one. I got to get it pulled up though. Let's see what you guys got saying on. Oh, they're just talking about Canada, eh? So get the next one pulled up here, and one that I have a strong opinion on, D Rose, and I sent you my opinion earlier in the week, and you didn't reply, so I'm guessing you are with the rest of the MMA community and you are going the other way, dude. I haven't heard not even one single person this week even give the slightest intention that Bruna Brasil has a chance this week. And everyone all in on Molly McCann and how she's just going to crush Bruna Brasil, yada, yada, yada. I don't think so. I don't think so. But let's talk about it, D-Rose. Yeah, we've got the meatball, Molly McCann, taking on the special one, Bruna Brasil. Anyway, Molly McCann, 14-6 overall. Last win over Diana Belbita, armbar 5 months ago in her very own meatball sub. But 2 fights before that, meatball sub, Julia Stolyarenko. Meatball sub, Aaron Blanchfield. She knocked out Hannah Goldie's spinning back elbow, as well as Luana Carolina's spinning back elbow. Those were all up at 125. She has had one fight at 115 against Diana Belbita, but she's not the best fighter in the world. Let's be real. On the other hand, Bruna Brasil, Loma Lookboonmee lost 5 months ago. Not the best looking in the world, but win over Shauna Bannon a year ago. Knocked out by Denise Gomes, which that's okay with me. You know, that's okay. I ain't mad at that. And a head kick knockout over Marnik Mann, dude. And that kind of says a lot, dude, because how many times have we seen Marnik Mann get the absolute shit beat out of her now and not get finished? You know? So, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so currently odds for this fight, D-Rose. You ready for this? Minus 360 for Meatball Molly McCann and plus 260, your underdog for Bruna Brasil. Meatball is 34 years old, 5'4" and a 62-inch reach. While Bruna Brasil is 30 years old, 5'6", 2-inch height advantage, and a 65.5-inch reach. So a 3.5-inch reach advantage, dude. Everyone that I've listened to this week has basically said this. Molly's too fast. She's going to enter too quick, and she's got too much power. She's going to hurt Bruna. She's probably going to get her out of there, but if not, she will easily win the decision. And my read on this fight is, hey, man, Bruna's got a solid jab. She's got pretty decent footwork, decent kicks. She has some knockouts. If it goes to the ground, I think she can survive. She's Brazilian. As I say, you know, Brazilians are born with jiu-jitsu like in their mitochondria. It's already there. They don't got to do nothing. They come out of the womb and they get a gi wrapped around them. There's no blanket. It's a gi. So that's how it works in Brazil. So she's going to know what to do. I don't think she subs Molly. I don't think she knocks out Molly, dude. I think this is going to be a very clear decision win, dude. I think it's going to be jab and move all 3 rounds. Molly's not able to actually get in and hit her. And, dude, Bruna Brasil via points is plus 500. I've already bet it. I think I put $5 to win 30. So, you know, not a ton of money, but I did put $5 on it. Yeah, Bruna Brasil by points, $5 at plus 500 to win 30. So, going to try to build me a little bit for the end of the night, you know, for some other little chasers that I'm going to end up doing throughout the night. That's one of my 2 bets right now. I have $5 on Bruna Brasil via points and a 3-leg parlay right now, and that's my only 2 bets. I got $140 in my account that I'm going to do something with for this weekend. Change the cheddar, baby. But yeah, give me Bruna Brasil to win this fight via points.
Yeah, I know you're pretty passionate about you were, you know, as you said, we were talking about it earlier in the week. Bruna Brasil, you know, she did, as you said, beat Shauna Bannon in her last fight.
He said mitochondria like I know what that is.
Just in the fiber of their being. It's just in the fiber of their being. But no, I think that I think Molly, I like the way she used her wrestling in the last fight. Hey, came out and got the sub against Diana Belbita, so that was good for her there. And yeah, I think that as long as she's able to not get put on her back, I think she should be able to control the fight. But I think you might see a little bit more wrestling from Molly's side. As you said, Bruno Brazil is probably going to end up using some footwork, trying to stay on the outside. I think you're going to see Molly kind of crash in, maybe use some clinch exchanges against the fence to try to work her way into a trip or maybe even single leg and try to get a tank down. And I think you're going to see Molly use a little bit more wrestling. I think this fight's going to be a little bit more slower pace, but I do think that Molly gets the win by decision.
All right, D-Rose, with the rest of the MMA community, this is going to be me out here telling y'all, I mean, either going to look like an idiot or, I'm going to be right. The last time was Yasmin Haregi to get knocked out by Tennessee Gomes. So, yeah, that was the last time. But, hey, we'll see. We'll see, man. So we'll move on to the next fight. That is a fight that, dude, I really don't care about, but it's a good fight. Here we go. We've got the prospect, Nathaniel Wood, taking on the fight name that I couldn't remember earlier, the Pit, Daniel Pineda. That's what it is. So simple, D-Rose. Couldn't remember it. Anyway, if he fought more often, maybe I would. Anyway, the prospect, Nathaniel Wood, 19-6 overall, with a loss to Muhammad Naimov 9 months ago, win over Andre Fili a year ago, win over Charles Jourdain a year and 10 months ago, and a Charles Rosas win a year and 11 months ago. That don't really say a lot. Lost to Casey Kinney 3 years ago. Daniel Pineda, 28-15. Lost Alex Caceres via decision somehow. Tucker Lutz submission win. No contest to Andre Fili. I poke. Lost to Cub Swanson. 3. Okay, what are we doing here? Currently, odds for this fight are minus 460 for Nathaniel Wood and plus 320 for Daniel Pineda. Nathaniel Wood, 30 years old, 5'6", 69-inch reach, while Daniel Pineda is 38 years old, 5'7", and a 69-inch reach. This is one, D-Rose, where I have a hard time, man, because, dude, I'm a Nathaniel Wood, I wouldn't say fan. I consistently pick Nathaniel Wood to win, and he usually does, but the thing is he doesn't look great at 145, dude. I think he's too small for 145, and, dude, in every fight, he just shows some form of adversity where they're getting dropped, wobbled, something like that. And, dude, if you're going to do that, dude, Daniel Pineda is an absolute round one monster. Absolute monster in the first round. Now, when that round two bell, when the cage door closes for round two, dude, he's ready for you to open that shit back up and walk right out that hoe, because he is done after that first round. He's got nothing left. Talking hands on the knees, hands on the hips during the fight. Like, could get punched in the face with his hands just on his hips there. And Alex Caceres just shadow boxing right in front of him and not even doing anything, dude. It's, that fight. But yeah, so Daniel Pineda's got 6 minutes in him, dude, and that's it. And that's going to be a tough 6 minutes for Nathaniel Wood. But, dude, if he can last 6 minutes, Nathaniel Wood can get Daniel Pineda out of there late round 2, early round 3. So give me Nathaniel Wood to win late round 2 knockout. Which way are you going here, man?
I think this could be a fun fight. As you said, not one that I'm really caring about too much, but should be a good fight for as long as it lasts. And Daniel Pineda, that dude, he's always going in there for a scrap. He is kill or be killed type of fighter. I mean, that dude's gonna go out there, as you said, either get the finish in the first round or he's gonna go out on the shield trying. He 100% will. I think Nathaniel Wood, very well rounded. He's got good striking, but I do think that his power up at 145 doesn't quite carry as it did down at 135. I do think he's a little bit too small for 145, but one thing he will have is a speed advantage here. Daniel Pineda has never been the fastest guy to begin with, and Nathaniel Wood is a very technical striker, good leg kicks, good boxing. I think you can maybe even see a submission by Nathaniel Wood maybe later on in the fight. I think Daniel Pineda, he can kind of give up his back in certain situations when he's on the ground, and I think that's something that Nathaniel Wood, if he ends up maybe hurting Pineda later on in the fight, could take advantage of. So I think Nathaniel Wood gets done. I might be looking at maybe a submission or decision prop, maybe the little double chance there, but give me Nathaniel Wood here.
All right, looks like me and D-Rose both on the prospect. That is Nathaniel Wood over Daniel Pineda. So we'll move on to the next fight. That is almighty Arnold Allen taking on Giga Ninja Chikadize. Arnold Allen, 19-3 overall. His last two fights were a decision loss to Max Holloway and then a Movsar Evloev decision loss as well. Calvin Kattar knee injury win. We didn't really learn a lot there. Dan Hooker knocked him out 2 years ago. And then Sadiq Yusuf, that's about the time that we started the podcast, man. It was about this time right here, because this was one of the first fights that I remember picking different on was Arnold Allen versus Sadiq Yusuf, man. He's going to be taking on Giga Chikadize, Ninja. 15-3 overall out of his last 5 fights. Am I sharing right now? Indeed, I am.
Yeah.
Out of his last 5 fights, he is 4 wins. 4 wins, 1 loss. Lost to Calvin Kattar via decision, where he got the absolute shit beaten out of him, dude. Took about a 2-year layoff and came back and had a decision win over Alex Caceres in his last fight, man. But
he took a very similar ass whooping in the Calvin Kattar fight as Calvin Kattar did to Max Holloway. Like, that's how very similar those ass kickings were.
Indeed, man. So, odds for this fight are currently -250 for Arnold Allen. Giga Chikadize +190. Arnold Allen, 30 years old, 5'8" and a 70-inch reach, while Giga Chikadize is 35 years old, 6 foot and a 74-inch reach, man. I guess D-Rose, how do I say this? I was a big Giga guy when he first got into the UFC. I'm like, dude, this dude's just killing everyone. And he was, man. He was. But, man, that Calvin Kattar fight it exposed him, man. It's like if he don't finish you with that kick, then he has absolutely nothing, man. And we've shown that he has absolutely zero ground game, man. And you're telling me this is going to be a kickboxing fight for 15 minutes. Both guys are tough. Both guys I don't think have ever been knocked out. I know if you look at the stats, it won't say Arnold Allen ever been dropped, but he's taken a few knees. He's taking a few knees here and there. One against Dan Hooker, one against Max too, like where he's just rushing forward and just eats a punch and just drops down to a knee. I've seen it a couple times now.
And he ate a pretty big punch against Movsar in that last fight too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just like, he's tough. He's going to keep walking forward, but man, kind of reckless. But I don't think he has the same thing to worry about with Giga, because Giga, I think you could tie his arms behind his back and he would fight the same way, dude. He's just going to kick and then headbutt your punches when you go to punch him, man. So I don't think you're going to finish Giga or knock out Giga either. I think he's only been subbed. So I guess my best play for this fight, D-Rose, is going to be this fight to probably go to decision, -205. I don't hate that. But give me Arnold Allen to win by points, +100. Which way are you going here, man?
Ooh, I'd maybe look for like a start round 3 or something like that. I don't know, just a decision. You feel so comfortable picking it, and then all of a sudden it goes the other way. I wouldn't be surprised. I think for Giga, he had the loss to Kattar, which, as we said, historic ass kicking that he ended up suffering in that loss. But he did end up taking some time off, man. Ended up having some injuries, as well as I did hear him in a couple of interviews. Like, he was actually, training, looking to get better from that Calvin Kattar fight. because as you said, it did expose some holes in his game, and he did admit that he had wanted to kind of try to see if he could try to brush some of that up. And I think for Arnold Allen, one of the big things for Arnold Allen here lately has been his activity. He's been very active versus early on in his career. He wasn't that active when we didn't get to see the full potential for him. Yeah, literally once a year for like 6 or 7 years straight. But now over the last, I'd say, about 2-3 years, he's consistently fought at least once or twice a year. And it's good to see him getting out there, getting active. And he's fought against some of the best so far. But man, I do think that I think Giga's got a shot here, man, because I think one thing, Arnold Allen turns into a little bit of a wild man when he goes out there with the exchanges. He throws a lot of hooks, and sometimes he has a little bit of trouble closing range. And as you said, he can take a knee in some of these fights he ends up getting in. And I will say that Giga's got pretty solid boxing. His boxing isn't the best, but
I don't think he punches.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back to that Edson Barboza fight, you got to think he was using forward pressure that whole fight, and he did end up getting Edson out of there in the third, and it was with the hands. So I mean, we've seen how tough Edson has been as of late in his last few fights, and Giga kind of ran right through him. So I think better technical striker is on the side of Giga. And I don't think Arnold Allen really uses his wrestling that much. So I think Giga's really got a shot here, man. And I'm actually going to go Giga by decision. I think Arnold Allen is a little bit too tough. But I think this is going to be a potential fight of the night candidate here. And I think these boys scrap. And I think Giga gets a decision here.
All right. Me and D-Rose split on this one. D-Rose on Giga Chikadze, and I'm on almighty Arnold Allen. So move on to the second fight on the main card. That is Christian Leroy Duncan taking on Gregory Hobo Cop Rodrigues. So CLD Christian Leroy Duncan, 10-1 overall. His only loss was to Armin Petrosian, being a complete idiot in the fight, though. He has a win over Claudio Hiberio knockout and Dennis Loughran knockout. He also has a win over Dusko Todorovic in his UFC debut, where he just hurt his knee, though. Hobo Cop, on the other hand, 15-5 overall. Out of his last 5 fights, he has won 4 of them, lost 1. Knocked out Brad Tavares, knocked out Dennis Loughran, got knocked out by Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk, knocked out Chidi Njokwani with a disgusting cut on his face, and then knocked out Julian Marquez in a fight that lost me $13,000. I was this fight away from having a perfect night. Just needed Julian Marquez money line on that fight. Currently odds for this fight are -154 for Christian Leroy Duncan. Hobo Cop is +120. Your dog. Christian Leroy Duncan, 29 years old, 6'2" and a 79-inch reach, while Hobo Cop Gregory Rodrigues says he's 32 years old. Don't believe it, though. 6'3" and a 75-inch reach. Man. Give me Christian Leroy Duncan to win this fight via decision, but I won't be betting it because it's a Hobo Cop fight. And just like you talk about Cody Brundage, man, Hobo Cop's on my no bet list. It don't matter how I bet the fight, man. If I bet on a Hobo Cop fight, it's going to go the opposite way that I bet. I could bet on to start round 2. It's in the first. I could bet Hobo Cop money line. Christian Leroy Duncan's winning, dude. I could bet the under, and it's going to decision, man. It doesn't matter how I bet this fight. I will lose this fight. So give me Christian Leroy Duncan to win this fight via decision, but I won't be betting it, though. Which way are you going here, man?
This is a tough one, man. And we know the finishing threat that Hobo Cop has in every fight that he steps in. And Christian Leroy Duncan, he's got good technical striking, and he's got good footwork. I know he's had kind of a weird little start to his career so far. He's had the who was the fight that he had, and it was kind of like a weird decision. It was the Petrosian one. It was the Petrosian fight where he kind of kept like doing this thing where he was like, almost like sticking his butt out towards
exactly.
I remember everybody's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like he just kept kind of turning around and like I don't know, it was weird, but he has kind of gotten on track since then. And I think Hobo Kape is pretty hittable for the most part. Just the only thing is man, just do not go out there and try to get him out of there early. Because if you do, and if you try to go out there and get him out of there early and you don't, he's going to be there later to get you out of there. Hobo Kape is one. I mean, if you go in there for the kill against Hobo Kape, you have to kill him. Because if not, he's 100% going to come back. He's going to walk you down, and he's going to get the finish in the second or third round after he has blood just pouring from his face as he has an artery that is potentially about to bust in his head and could potentially kill him. But he doesn't care because he's just an absolute savage.
He's Nate the Train. You better kill me. Yeah. Get me out of here. I'm probably going to
win. Yeah, no, 100%, dude. If you're going to go for the kill for Hobo Kape, do it, because if not, you're toast. But no, I do think Gregor Rodrigues as well, taking the fight on a little bit of short notice. I believe it's about 2-3 week notice for him. Flying over to the UK as well. I think his back's going to be a little bit against the wall. I think Christian Leroy Duncan should be able to, with the full camp here, should be able to get it done. I'm going to say, let's go. I think Christian Leroy Duncan actually gets a knockout. Let's go second or third round knockout.
All right, me and D-Rose both on Christian Leroy Duncan. I still remember like when fucking Joe Martinez introduced him, dude. He like really put the Leroy Duncan in there.
Yeah,
like all right,
you got to do it. How else would you have to do it? I mean, come on,
Leroy, dude. I don't know why you do that, but all right. It's time, D-Rose. I made it to this point. Cash those fucking over tickets you guys had. Let's fucking
come on, lad.
Fucking come on, lads. Fucking come on, lads.
Did anybody take the over and Matt wearing that wig for the rest of the show? Take the over, y'all cashed on that.
Here we go. Anyway, so let's get the fight pulled up now. So we've got none other than the newly named King Green taking on Patty the Baddie Pimblett. King Green is 32 years old. I'm sorry, not 32 years old. He has 32 wins, 15 losses, and 1 draw in his career. His last fight was a Jim Miller decision when not the best fight in the world, dude, not gonna lie. He did lose to Jalen Turner when dude kind of got killed in the fight, somehow got revived. He won over Grant Dawson on a night that I won $500, cashed out right before this fight. I had Grant Dawson money line and he got some news. So I was really thankful that night.
I'm pretty sure you asked me to cash, and I was like, dude, cash. And he was like,
I was live that night doing a whole fucking fight companion, and the entire chat was like, dude, cash out. and I cashed out. Tony Ferguson, arm triangle win and a no contest accidental clash of heads, my ass, dude. He fucking went in there like a fucking like one of those fucking sheeps that headbutt shit, dude. Accidental my ass, dude. Anyway. Oh, yeah, fucking ram. There we go. I said a sheep. Fucking idiot. Here we go.
I got you.
Anyway, on the other hand, Patty, the Baddie Pimblett, 21 wins, 3 losses total, undefeated in the UFC. Luigi Vendramin knockout win. Rodrigo Vargas submission win. Jordan Levitt rear naked choke win. Jared Gordon controversial unanimous decision win, and a Tony Ferguson decision win that also he didn't look the best in his last fight. Currently odds for this fight, D-Rose. Yeah, still the dog, man. Well, not as much now. -122 for King Green and -104 for Patty Pimblett. King Green, 37 years old, 5'10", 71-inch reach. Patty Pimblett, 29 years old, 5'10", and a 73-inch reach, man. Yeah, I think Mr. King Green this week is, I don't know how to explain. How do I say this? He seems really jealous this week, man. Like, he's like almost taking the Nate Diaz approach. Like, this motherfucker's taking everything I work for. I've been working for this shit X amount of years, and he just comes in and like if I can get shit handed to him. And I just want to be like, hey, Bobby, you do know that that's what having fans does. The more fans you have, the more popularity you have, the more push the UFC is going to give you because it's growing the fan base of the sport. That's how it works, man. So I do know that you've put in this work, but people have to care. People win or lose, people are going to turn into a Paddy the Baddy fight because they want to see him either win or lose. And that's the best of both worlds, man. He has what he's looking for in the palm of his hand, man. So whether he wins or loses, his goal is complete, man. But yeah, as I said, Bobby Green just seems a little bit jealous this week, and I think he's underestimating Paddy. Like, he almost kind of seems like Paddy doesn't deserve what he's gotten to this point. And he ended the press conference with him upset that Paddy's getting orange fight shorts and Bobby Green's not getting his blood flag bandana print shorts. It's like, there's a difference, Bobby. There's a fucking difference, man. Like, it's just like he's in his own fucking world, man. It's just like, you can't take him out of it. I think he's going to get humbled, man. I think Paddy ends up hurting him, ends up going to the ground, and we get a Paddy the Baddy submission once again. So give me the current dog, Paddy the Baddy, to win this fight via submission. Which way you going here, man?
Yeah, I think I don't want to say this is as simple as striker versus grappler, but we obviously know the clear advantages for the two. Bobby Green, slick boxer on the feet. He uses that hands down style, uses that shoulder roll to block a lot of punches and look for counters. And Paddy's kind of more of that walk forward kind of style. He's got pretty good boxing, mostly uses his hooks, but he's got good kicks. He uses that teep kick very well. And we also know the jiu-jitsu that the dude has, and he's got good submissions in his back pocket. So I do think that. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, because that was the one where Jalen Turner was pounding on King Green until he literally punched him 20 times while he was unconscious. It was absolutely crazy. But I do think that, again, Paddy's got the clear advantage here in terms of the ground game. And I think that's where he ends up getting it done at, because I think if he keeps it standing on the feet, that's just going to be bad news for Paddy. Because I think Paddy, although he's got decent striking, Bobby is just that dog. He's going to walk forward and just throw punches and look for counters and really at times look to get you out of there, especially late in the fight when he can put that cardio on. But I think if Paddy gets the fight taken down to the ground, he can get a submission here, maybe a rear naked choke. But yeah, I'm going Paddy by submission.
Yeah. So we're on this same track there. One more thing on this fight for everyone that's on the King Green side that are like, he's gonna knock Paddy out. Paddy's got a bad chin. Just look at every time that Paddy's gotten hurt, it's always been with a hook. Like, he's got pretty good head movement side to side. He just leaves his chin up in the air. So hooks tend to get to him. But Bobby Green, it ain't out there throwing hooks, man. It's always fucking straight shots right down the middle, where you don't really see them fucking coming. So yeah, I just don't see that there is that much danger for Paddy on the feet, to be honest. But Green came back against Post Usada Miller. Indeed. Nice to see you both on, Paddy. Indeed. So that being said, fucking come on, lads. Paddy the Baddy getting the sub this weekend. Let's go. I can take this fucking thing off.
He finally made it. Yeah.
Jesus, dude. That thing's hot as a motherfucker, dude. But to be fair, it is a very nice quality wig that I got from Amazon. It was $25, but I'm pretty sure this is meant for females to actually wear out, because it actually feels like real hair. It feels way nicer than my hair, dude. So yeah, that's neither here nor there.
That's horse hair, baby.
Yeah, that's my Amazon wig. So me and D-Rose both on Paddy the Baddy Pimblett to win via submission this weekend against King Green, his name is now. So we'll move on to the co-main event, and yeah, I'm curious if we will have a different pick here. Let's see. All right, Dave, that's good, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you mean you would be wearing that wig or the girl would be wearing that. You know what? Hey, I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just gonna leave it to the world, but just leave it for the world to wonder who's gonna have the wig on in that situation. Fucking come on, lads. Just both wearing wigs, just both having patty wigs on. Oh my goodness, you guys again, why not? All right, so we'll move on. Co-main event time. That is none other than Tom. Dude, I got these fucking hairs all in my shit now. It's fucking Tom Aspinall taking on Curtis Razor Blaydes. Tom Aspinall 14-3 overall. His only loss is to the man that he's currently fighting in the UFC. That is Curtis Blaydes, where he went for a leg kick and blew out his knee. Since then, knockout Sergey Pavlovich 8 months ago in a absolute dude. I was excited for that fight, and I cannot believe he fucking snoozed fucking Sergey, dude. Absolutely nuts. Anyway,
you were here watching that fight when it happened, and you were pretty disappointed when that happened.
Yeah, because I think I had like Tom Aspinall round 2 or 3 knockout, because I just thought, dude, round 1 against fucking Sergey's fucking wild. You never really know. Or I had fucking Tom Aspinall sub. One of the, like, I think I picked Tom Aspinall. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? It was, at this point, it was 8 months ago. I don't remember who I picked 8 months ago. Anyway, lost to Curtis Blaydes. Alexander Volkov submission. I would like to see that one ran back nowadays too. And Sergey Spivak. He's a good fighter. That's what. That's how he called him out. I'd like to fight Sergey Spivak. He's a good fighter. Like, all right.
Nailed it.
All right. On the other hand, Curtis Razor Blaydes, knockout win over Jelton Almeida 4 months ago. Lost to Sergey Pavlovich. First round knockout a year ago. Tom Aspinall, yeah, injury loss. Chris Dawkins, dude, they've been replaying this knockout like that's his greatest feat on earth, to be honest. And dude, that's Chris Dawkins, man. Yeah, Jairzinho Rosenstruck decision to win. Currently, D-Rose odds for this fight are minus 440 for Tom Aspinall and plus 310 for Curtis Blaydes. Last time they fought D-Rose, this fight was a pick'em, by the way. So I don't know what everyone learned in the last fight that said Tom Aspinall needs to be a 4-1 favorite in this fight. But yeah, here we are. That's the odds. Tom Aspinall, 31 years old, 6'5" and a 78-inch reach, while Curtis Blaydes is 33 years old, 6'4" and 80-inch reach. So Curtis Blaydes is going to be an inch shorter, but have the reach advantage, man. And the way I'm going to go about this fight is saying that I think Curtis Blaydes has maybe fell in love with his hands a little bit, and I think that's going to get him in trouble in this fight, man. I think Tom Aspinall's, you saw he snoozed fucking Sergey Pavlovich, dude. Tanked his punches and fucking snoozed them. And I was like fucking watching this, I don't know if it was like a recap of the fight, but he was like describing like how it happened, and his exact words was, "I didn't even throw hard punches." Like, it was like light punches that he threw that snoozed fucking Sergey. So it's just like, damn, dude. I think that if Curtis Blaydes comes in here thinking that he's gonna fucking box with Tom Aspinall in the fucking first round, he's gonna get knocked out, man. And you know, it just is what it is. We haven't seen Tom out of round 2, to be honest, and I would like to see it. I just don't think it gets there because Tom's so explosive that first round, dude. Good fucking luck, man. So give me Tom Aspinall to knock out Curtis Blaydes and probably the first round. Which way are you going here, man? Riley going Blaydes round 1.
Yeah, I think interesting matchup, and yeah, I'm a fan of Curtis Blaydes. He's been in the UFC for a long time, has some really good fights. Really good. Well, I don't want to say really good fights, but some really good finishes over some really good fighters, and has been a tried and true heavyweight contender for a long time, man. And Tom Aspinall, as we know, the young phenom coming in from the UK. Really taking over, putting UK back on the map in terms of MMA and good boxing. He's really just good everywhere, super explosive. And I do agree with you that Curtis Blaydes has fell in love with his hands a little bit too much. The thing for me, it seems like Curtis Blaydes has a very consistent thing every time, is that when he is either like getting ready to fight for the title or fighting for a title or something of that sort, he always ends up fighting against a heavy puncher. And the heavy puncher always ends up landing on him, man. You go back to Sergey Pavlovich. You go back to Francis Ngannou in their second fight, and you go back to the Derek Lewis. Well, in the first fight, it was a swollen eye, and the doctor came in and stopped the fight. But in their second fight, Francis just landed a big punch on him and got him out of there, and Derek Lewis as well. And I think Tom Aspinall does have that same ability as well, especially if Curtis Blaydes is going to try to keep it on the feet. If he's able to use a little bit of wrestling, I am curious to see what Tom Aspinall looks like with a little bit of adversity faced against him. Because let's face it, I mean, outside of that 15-second fight that he had with Curtis Blaydes where he got the injury, he has not been pushed back on at all besides one left hook from Sergey Pavlovich. Other than that, there's been no resistance to Tom Aspinall. So I am curious to see if Curtis Blaydes can use a little bit of his wrestling, maybe try to slow down a little bit of that speed from Tom Aspinall and make it a little bit of a muddy fight. But I do think that Tom Aspinall, a little bit too quick, got the power as well. And if Curtis Blaydes decides to keep it standing like he did against Pavlovich and Derek Lewis, I think he ends up getting knocked out. And I think Tom Aspinall gets the let's say round 1 knockout.
Yeah, man. I just feel like it's just like he's become too comfortable. And if you like fucking listen to his like fucking coach talk, he talks about how he's become a lot more comfortable in him striking as well. And I'm like, dude, that's not a good look for Tom Aspinall, man. He's so big, so fast, powerful, dude, quick. I don't even know how to even say it, dude. Just absolutely nuts. Me and D-Rose both on Tom Aspinall round 1 knockout. So, D-Rose, it is main event time. So, if y'all haven't already, please do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up button if y'all don't mind. Except for that one asshole that was here earlier. Fuck you. With that being said, we've got Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad 2-2. Leon Rocky Edwards taking on Belal. Remember the name. Leon Edwards 22-3 overall, while Belal, remember the name, Muhammad is 23-3 overall. Dude, they got about the same records. Who would have thunk it, dude? Currently odds for this fight -250 for Leon Rocky Edwards, and Belal, remember the name, Muhammad is a +190. Leon is 32 years old, 6'2", and a 74-inch reach, while Belal is 36 years old, 5'11", and a 72-inch reach. D-Rose, I'm going to let you go first, man. You're not leaving me with any surprises. Go for it, brother.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think, this comment section is getting wild. The comment section is getting wild over here. But,
oh, my goodness.
But no, I think...
I can't pull these up, Dave. I can't pull these up.
I think you know which way I'm probably going to lean with this, which is why you're telling me to go first. But so interesting.
You picked him to beat Sean Brady, so I can only imagine you're going to pick him to beat Leon. So,
So I'm going to say
I'm going to go grab a soda real quick. I'm going to full screen you. Feel free to talk for your minute.
I have been upset about. I don't want to say like I've been upset since then, but since Leon had beaten Usman for the title, look, one of the greatest moments in UFC history, one of the greatest post-fight speeches in UFC history. Love that, but I will say, man, Leon consistently does not put on great fights, dude. His fights are not that great. And if you go back to that second Usman fight, of course, Usman's dominating all of 20 minutes because Leon did have some moments there in that first round against Usman. Got the takedown against Usman and everything. But outside of that, Usman pretty much dominated that fight until he landed the head kick. If you go back into the third fight with them, I mean, there were multiple times where Leon was getting ready to get taken down. I was about to say, dude, eye pokes, grabbing the fence. I mean, dude, low blows. Like, dude, he was grabbing gloves. He was doing everything he could to make sure that Usman could not control him. And I'll say, even in that fifth round against Leon, like, dude, there are moments in fights where Leon tends to fall back and just, like, he gets so comfortable within the fight because he's such a machine when it comes to fighting. Dude's a powerful striker. He has really good takedown defense. He has good wrestling himself. He's a very well-rounded fighter, but I swear there are times where I watch Leon Edwards fight, and he looks bored out there. He almost does it just because he's good, not because he really actually likes doing it. He's just like, oh, okay, I'm just a gifted fighter, and I can make money doing it. If I can go out here and do the bare minimum and get the job done and still get paid and keep it moving, he's going to continue doing that. Where I do think Bilal is a little bit more willing to go out there and make it a little bit more muddy, get into that dog fight. You go back to that Sean Brady fight, dude. If you watch that fight, dude, I went back and watched that fight again not too long ago. Dude, Sean Brady was landing some bombs on Bilal Muhammad, and I did not realize how much Bilal Muhammad's chin is held up since
Have
that
you
first
watched
fight.
Like the Mighty Mouse, like the breakdown of that fight?
No, I've not.
Dude, fucking Mighty Mouse kind of like flames Bilal because he just gets punched like by Sean Brady, and then he just like pauses it. He just cracks up. He's like Bilal's like the dude that like you can hit, and he's immediately like I have to hit you back. Like he's just right away trying to get it back. But yeah, I like to watch I like the Mighty Mouse. I like the breakdowns because he's super smart, dude.
Yeah, no, he 100% is. And I do kind of agree with that. Yeah, Bilal Mom, he can take a hit and he's looking to get that exchange back with you. And man, I think Bilal Muhammad makes this fight a little bit muddy, a little dirty. Again, you go back to that Leon Colby fight. That fight was boring as hell, but Colby controlled a lot of that round in the fifth round with the wrestling because Leon was content with being on the ground.
Kicking basketball. Dude, that hurt my foot.
Absolute bullshit. But man, I think Bilal Muhammad, long story short, I think he ends up getting it done by decision, man. I think Bilal is continuously underrated, and I think he's got enough skills to get it done here. So yeah, I think Bilal Muhammad.
Get your wish that you've been wishing for years now, dude. Your champion, Leon. I mean, your champion. Bilal, remember the name Muhammad at 170.
I've picked him in his last few fights.
I don't know.
He has won me some money in his last few fights as well. I don't know. So yeah, I'm
what's going to make you happier, dude. Like Leon Edwards. I mean, I can't even say Bilal as the champion, dude. Bilal as the champion, could be more entertaining than Alexander Rakic as the champion, but I just don't. I don't think so,
dude. Leon Edwards. Dude, Leon Edwards is not an exciting champion right now. Yeah. I mean, go back to that last fight against Colby, dude. That was absolutely awful.
I agree. Yeah, but you can't say Bilal is more exciting than Leon is.
I would rather watch a Bilal Muhammad fight than I would a Leon Edwards fight.
No.
100%. Leon has the better highlight moment. But none of it, dude. He has the one great moment. Outside of that, all his fights are boring as hell.
Headshot, dead. Dude, like the Nerf edit that I've fucking seen this week has been so fucking hilarious. Have you seen that?
No, I have not. But I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, like someone edited a fucking Nerf gun and he's shooting Usman. He's like hitting him in the forehead with like the Nerf bullets. Yeah, let's go, Leon. Let's go, Leon. Yeah, I think in the last fight, man, round one was all I needed to see, man. Got hit with the head kick, was kind of wobbling around, man. I think Leon way too quick. He has good range, dude. He's just going to box up Belal Muhammad. He's not going to be able to get in. If he does, Leon going to get right up, dude. He might even take Belal down because he took Usman down, man. Give me Leon Rocky Edwards to excite D Rose with a third round head kick knockout. So let's go Leon Edwards, round 3 head kick knockout, and light a fire under D Rose's excitement. So here we go.
I would need it because otherwise, like I said, that dude, he has been not a fun fighter. I will confidently say that.
Boo, D Rose, boo for everyone upset at you for picking Belal with your perfect ass teeth and shit. 17 decisions. Everyone upset at you for picking Belal.
Damn, this is crazy. It's like
we witnessed the all fall from grace.
So y'all hate Belal that much that y'all are just like, we just want to continue rocking with Leon Edwards, considering that he took out one of the best champs and in history, and now he's riding off in his own boring ass legacy, man. Nah, and he cheated Usman in that third fight too. Let's go, Belal.
All right. Austin saying wearing 2 shirts and a wig for over 2 hours of dedication. Indeed, Austin. Indeed. What's up, Golden Octagon? I love the content. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for your kind words, my guy. It's hot in the East too. Yeah, it is not cold outside right now. Leon striking is too good, doggies. Yeah, I agree. I mean, to be honest, I wish the main event was a different fight altogether. I'm surprised they don't have the main co-main flip, but it's the interim, so it's the
interim. Yeah, you can't have an interim headline over an actual.
You could with this one. No one would hate it.
You couldn't.
Belal talks shit about Jersey in Jersey. Fuck him, indeed, dude. But. Dude, Paul Felder. I don't even want to get started.
Thank you, Jim
Paul
Card.
Felder. Thank you. All right, Jim Card. All right, there you go. You got some supporter there, D-Rose. So yeah. With that being said, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different fights on the card, D-Rose, and for the pick champ, which one do I want to take out of here? Our different fights are Shauna Bannon versus Ardelean, Oban Elliott versus Preston Parsons, Colin Loughran versus Jake Hadley, Bruna Brasil versus Molly McCann, Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze, and Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad. And I will be taking out Colin Loughran versus Jake Hadley because that is a fight that I just want to wait and see, man. I want to see how Jake Hadley looks at 135 pounds. So we're going to cross that one out unless one of the other fights fall out, and it is needed. So with that being said, the pick champ, that shiny gold strap over D Rose's shoulder, will be right over here this upcoming week when Shauna Bannon wins over Ardelean, Oban Elliott wins over Preston Parsons, Bruna Brasil wins over Molly McCann, and Arnold Allen wins over Giga Chikadze, and Leon Edwards knocks out Belal Muhammad. That'll be a clean sweep, and D-Rose will be eating 3 beans here next week on the podcast. D-Rose, I usually, I try to throw stuff at you before we try to premiere it, dude, but I kind of want to throw something at you, and I feel like it's rather easy to do. Here on the podcast every week, I would like to have what I like to call the podcast play. We're not going to be trying doing any ladders or anything like that, but just every week, dude, every week, what we can do is a little stair stepper. We're going to start at $10, dude. We are only going to try to find something plus 100. It can be a prop. It can be a parlay. It can be a straight money line. But as long as it's plus 100, that's a double up, man. So this week, do you have anything? Or I guess we could take a second here, talk it over just a little bit, because we usually will talk after the podcast about this shit anyway. So why not close out the show with it? Can we get a plus 100 for the Golden Octagon family here at the end of the show? to maybe double a 10 to a 20, something like that.
I honestly I have not looked at too much of the betting lines too much this week just yet. Yeah, I looked at them a little bit earlier in the week, but I have not locked in because I've been more or less kind of waiting for the props. I know some of the props that I was kind of potentially looking for hadn't been placed just yet, so I haven't been too intently looking at the lines just yet.
We're both on Patty, right?
Right.
He is. It's not plus 110 currently on FanDuel, but it's close enough. Minus 104. So if we put $10 on that, what's that? $10 wins back 962. So we're only 38 cents short. I'll take it. So how's that like for this week, D-Rose? Patty the Batty, money line, minus 104. Is that
that's
the parlay
not terrible
play this week? That's the
that's
the
not
podcast
terrible.
play this week.
I tell you the other one that I do like as well is Nathaniel Wood by decision at plus 230.
Dude, I'm just not sure he don't fucking finish Daniel Pineda though. Like
yeah, I mean I did say submission.
He will pack it up, dude. He will pack it up and go home.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hadn't had enough time to actually look at anything. I might come back looking to do change of cheddar this Friday. I'll probably have something a little bit more stronger then, but yeah, I hadn't had too much of a chance to look right now.
All right. Well, I just now put that mine and D Rose is agreeing with like fucking with me this week, whether he wants to or not. So, be ready for next week, D Rose, plus 100. But we have to agree. Like, I would like to agree on something because, the whole show is kind of us picking different fighters, the loser eating beans, or, us talking about the fights, giving our agreements, disagreements, fucking shit like that. But we don't ever really come to an agreement here on the podcast and with just one solid play. So I've almost figured that's like something that we should kind of start doing here, man. So just minus to plus 100 around the even money is what I would like to get at. Just a double up here on the podcast every week. So with that being said, our play this week is going to be Patty the Batty money line. D Rose, anything to say about it? If not, that's what it is this week.
Let's rock with it. I can go with it.
All right. So currently minus 104 Patty the Batty, but close enough, even money, $10 to win, $19.62. I just now put it in the bet. So hopefully we'll have a better one for you guys next week. And then make sure you catch us here on Friday for Change of Cheddar, because I want to have some parlays for you guys. Going to have quite a bit because we came up this past weekend on that Hyder Emil round 1, round 2, and that Mean Machine Steve Garcia round 1, round 2. Dave saying that's a solid plus 110 for Patty the Batty. Yeah, I would. It's probably like that on a different sports book. It's not FanDuel. Patty going to get his cornrows blown out, lads? Probably not, man. I read that in Bubbles Boys today. Bubbles for Trailer Park Boys is hilarious. Yeah. Sam Squatch. You want one of these? Have you ever watched Trailer Park Boys, D Rose?
No, I have not.
In your beds to me, dude. Good show. My kiddish. All right. So, with that being said, that is all for this week. We recapped this past weekend's fights at the Apex. I ate some cappuccino flavored bean and then a booger bean and then threw up a little bit. We covered UFC news and fight announcements. We had a troll around that time too. And then, at the end of the show, we gave you all our picks and predictions for every fight on the card, prelims to main event. And then we just now gave you the podcast play of the week. Patty the Batty money line minus 104. Double your money up, $10. $10 to win, 1962. So with that being said, we appreciate you guys for stopping by here tonight. Big green bastard. Yeah, that shit was nasty. Fork and corn on the cob. Yeah. All right, no Trailer Park boys. What the fuck? All right, D-Rose needs the culture. Nah, D-Rose is cultured. You have to meet D-Rose's father. That guy's a character. D-Rose, I haven't seen your dad in for sure over 10 years. But dude, your dad used to be one of the most interesting guys I had ever met, dude. Just an interesting guy, man. I don't even know how to explain it.
No, you're right. Always wild stories.
The biggest Chiefs fan, dude. Like, always
he was a Chiefs fan before the Chiefs were good.
On, dude.
Yeah, he was a Chiefs fan before the Chiefs were good. He was the Chiefs fan. So yeah, that's one thing I will give him 100%. He was tried and true with the Chiefs, and now all of a sudden they get Patrick Mahomes and everybody's on the squad. But yeah, my dad been riding with them for as long as I've known him.
All right. Man, will tell you about a Kia, a special podcast guest. Watch along Saturday, D-Rose. That's a good question. D-Rose's dad, special watch along guest. Yeah, that's a good question. Watch along Saturday, because you did mention it when you were here. Do you want to do the watch along?
Yeah, no, I'd be down. Yeah, I'd be down to do it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So yeah, we'll try to do that. We'll like if I can get all the details and shit nailed down a little bit later this week. But aside from that, you guys can catch us, me and D-Rose, or I guess if D-Rose wants to, come back here Friday for Change the Cheddar. Give you our bets and anything like that, and then catch us Saturday for the watch along for the UFC 304 pay-per-view in England. So yeah, with that being said, appreciate you guys for hanging out with us here tonight. Chat's a while, and let's do it. Yeah, it was wild. With that being said, thank you guys all for stopping by, hanging out with us here tonight. Hit that thumbs up button if y'all haven't already. I truly appreciate you guys. You guys got mine and D-Rose's back. That was cool. I didn't really know what to say, but you guys got our back. So
Squad.
Thank you guys. You guys are too kind. Thank you guys so much. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here. My name is Matt. D-Rose is on that cyber screen. Catch us right back here Friday night for Change of Cheddar. We'll be giving you our picks and bets one last time after they do the face-offs, weigh-ins, and all that, and we'll be bringing you some parlays and props, shit like that, hopefully to win you some money this weekend, pay for that expensive-ass pay-per-view. So with that being said, me and D-Rose will catch you here Friday night. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Peace.